babe, all down, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. West Coast vibes, baby, I'm so high, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. Down south, BRT, if you want roll with King, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. If you want to top in the O, let it ride, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you.
Pull up on a tip like I just slack. King LDE and you got stacks. We don't give a goddamn about your guys' stats. To be honest, most of your girls got wet. Roll with the winners.
Somebody hating. We're over here hating.
Oh, I hate when people do that, man.
Calling out.
I ain't even want no for.
Right.
Steak meals, I'm the little chicken dinner. You will never see no cooking niggas this flop. Now, King stacks, this is popping like a fish. Right now, nigga, 5, see, we on that West Coast shit. Hold up the Cali plug, cop the West Coast shit. This is a rich girl, cop the West Coast shit. All blued up, like we really West Coast shit. We do this shit with style. That's why the ladies love it. We with the man straight shoes when we out in public. E&E, best flow. King L stacks with the facts and the let's go.
East Coast, send me out, babe, all down, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. West Coast vibes, baby, I'm so high, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. Down south, BRT, if you want roll with King, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. If you want to top in the O, let it ride, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. Now you already talk about the smoke of the chief. If you know King, you about to roll up a leaf. Look, I don't really dance, but let that ass roll on the D so high, I wasn't on it, but you know this in me. Just like where I'm from, I got her screaming out, oh, I ain't paid for no entry, but she gave me a show. Pop bottles only if it be the Don or the Mo. Here for a couple hours, go and count on my dough. Look, I don't really know why they envy me. Maybe cause the whole team MVP. Kept the games in your line, I'm the same OG. Treat the flow like my shoes, keep the thing on me. Game time, now it's mama mentality, up my salary. Wear the wrong colors in the wrong hood, in the casual. Wear the Malibu, Santa Monica on the beach. Always gotta keep the 40 caliber reach. East Coast, send it out, babe, all down, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. West Coast vibes, baby, I'm so high, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. Down south, BRT, if you want roll with King, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. If you want to stop in the O, let it ride, yeah, I'm gonna pull up on you. Hey, when the funk Benny the Hustler is the act. If you work another way, he can give you some facts. All brick, no shit, strong, Z with a 6. E&E the cheat code, play the game with a glitch. Reverse the flow like I'm in Raven ever in this. John B, the truth, that's a rhetoric shit. If you're looking in the mirror, you should know who this is. E&E the lights up the hell, blocking the shit. Put the bombs on the shit, and they say what it is. Down, test, every day was a trip.
Yeah. What up? It's the man about town, Virgil Bear, aka Stop with the Facts. You already know it's the man about town, Virgil Bear, with episode Stop with the Facts once again, man. We got my brother King L's in the building.
What up?
You did. And y'all already know what it do, man. Y'all already know what it do, man. You'll talk about y'all already know what it do, man. Tuesday night, E&E in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Got my brother King L's in the building with me. We pouring up, we rolling up, and we about to chop it up about this interest. I'm talking about this is some crazy stuff right here, man. You hear me, y'all, man? I don't even think L remembers sending me this story last Friday, man. Be honest with you, I don't even think you looked into this story for real. This is ill.
Yeah, I got a lot. I mean, I've been watching a lot of shit, been reading a lot of articles, so I think I know which one you would have picked out of all the ones last week.
Right. This is the one that had to do with that drug called XYLAZINE.
Yeah. That's that new shit to be having motherfuckers like zombies out in the streets. Yeah, I heard about that. This shit crazy. Yeah, that drug they say.
Right.
Yeah, you know. It when I first seen it, it caught my interest because I remember it's crazy. I was just walking downtown earlier that week, and it was a day when it was warm outside. I seen Hot Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I even bumped into Hot Boy downtown. Bumped into him.
Oh, Hot Boy.
Yeah, Aaron.
Oh, okay.
I walked a couple blocks down, and
you talking about Aaron? That one for?
Yeah, they opened up a new spot. Y'all should go check it out. Right there off of Rich and High Street, called downtown tavern. So he was helping with the grand opening of that.
Okay.
And I bumped into him, and then I walked a block down going north, and it just was literally cat on the ground. You know, he was off for that boy, like leaning.
Right.
And this is like right in the downtown, right off of the common. My job is like where the Columbus County overlooks the Columbus Commons. If you've ever been to Columbus, so,
okay.
You know, this is literally right around the corner from that. So this is supposed to be one of our cleanest parts of our city. And I just happened to see what was going on. I was like, shit, you know, this story popped up as I was scrolling through some of the topics to bring up, and I thought it was something that definitely needed to be talked about. So, you know, we got that. And yeah, man, it's sad taking over cities, and you know how people are when they hear about these new drugs. And it's crazy because people will see how it makes people, and this is how all the history of all drugs are, from crack to heroin to whatever it may be, meth. We see the effects it has on people, and yet still people fuck with it. And then you got the epidemics in the neighborhoods, it gets bad. You see people deteriorating. I think this one is one that does some shit to your skin and
Man,
like eats away at your skin.
Yeah.
It's you know, these drugs, man, we see it. We see a lot of people. We see when people get on drugs, how, you know, the meth sits in your face. And, you know, crack has you looking all skinny like Skeletor. And, you know, it's all different effects of different drugs. And yet people know the effects. They see the effects prior to doing the drugs. People still going to do them. And it's sad, man, because you just don't want shit like this taking over cities too fast. We already got the fentanyl epidemic that we've been going through across the country. I know here in Columbus, I lost a couple family members to it. And, you know, if you pretty much know anybody that might pass away in the last 5-6 years, that a family might a family might not tell you the reason for the death, that's probably why. You know what I mean? And I'm just be real with you. A lot of the times when
Uncle Diggity, what it do, man?
What's good, brother? Uncle Diggity in the building. Yeah, a lot of times when families don't tell you what happened, it's, I'm gonna say 80 to 90% of overdose.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Something like that. That's a fact. Now, y'all know that because like I said, Hell be sending me hella stories Friday night or Thursday night, or even like early in today, like early in the week, like today. But you know what I'm saying? Now I don't expect L to be looking at the number of stories he give me. I don't expect him to like intricately fine-tooth comb through each one.
I do look at them.
I'm pretty sure you look at them. I'm talking about like go through them all like thoroughly though.
Nah,
I don't expect him to do that.
Nah, because it's a lot.
Yeah, but with this situation right here, right, this took me back to, let's say, about 2015, 16, when I got out the joint and I was in a halfway house, and there was this thing going on with this drug called crocodile. Y'all remember crocodile? On the West Coast, on the East Coast, all up and down the East Coast, just like with this drug right here, for some reason, it hits the East Coast, the Eastern Seaboard first, right? But let's get to it, though, man. We ain't going to waste no time. You know, I got videos and everything, man. You know what I'm talking about?
The zombie drug.
They're calling it the zombie drug, man. Stuff is crazy, man. Stuff is wild, man. You hear me?
Yeah, it's crazy.
My brother Uncle Diggity, what it do, man?
Down that has deadly effects. According to reports, the drug has sedative-like symptoms like extreme sleepiness, respiratory depression, characterize the use of the unable to stand and acting. Last year, viral videos of people unable to stand and acting conspicuous on the streets of the United States triggered the emergence of a conspiracy theory that they are affected by some zombie virus. Later, the behavior was discovered to be the result of the effects of drugs. XYLAZINE, also known as TRANQ or TRANQ dope or zombie drug, is the new substance in town that has deadly effects. According to reports, the drug has sedative-like symptoms like extreme sleepiness, respiratory depression, characterize the use of the substance leading to the videos of people unable to stand. But what is even more alarming that the drug actually does have more zombie-like effects. According to reports, the drug can now cause raw wounds on the user's skin that can spread rapidly with repeated exposure. Reports further suggested that it starts with ulcers, hardens to dead skin called eschar, and if left untreated can result in amputation. According to reports, the non-opioid drug was first used to cut heroin. Then its presence made its way to fentanyl, a deadly drug fatal in even very small doses. Reports further said that the major issues of the zombie drug is that if one overdoses, chances of revival are very narrow. People don't respond to naloxone or Narcan, the most common overdose reversal treatment, making xylazine deadly. Xylazine first appeared in Philadelphia and soon after moved to San Francisco and Los Angeles. Another major problem is that there is a risk of overdose cases if the zombie drug made its way into another substance. According to a New York Post report, people who have used the zombie drug said that it has killed any kind of joy that came with getting high. As per reports, doctors and medical experts are perplexed by the new street medication that is being sold on the streets of Philadelphia, which is considered the epicenter of America's opioid crisis. Public health professionals are concerned about its spread and alarmed by the terrible injuries it leaves on users' bodies.
Subscribe to One India channel and never miss an update.
See how it's hard? It's called necrotic. The tissue
Look what it's doing to their
If you've ever
skin.
wondered what could make fentanyl, probably the most lethal street drug in modern history, any worse, tonight we have the answer. TRANQ. Drug users turned into real-life zombies right down to the rotten flesh. We didn't want to believe it either, but it is real and it is here. All documented in this DEA report, the growing threat of xylazine mixing with illicit drugs. Xylazine is an animal tranquilizer. TRANQ is what you get when you mix it with fentanyl. Lab hits for xylazine are up 112% in the West. Deaths are rising, too, into the triple digits. Xylazine has been confirmed in overdose deaths in Snohomish and King counties, at least 12 that we know of. And those most familiar with the drug fear, it will get much worse.
He didn't have a flesh-eating disorder. He didn't have an abscess, and he doesn't know how his finger went missing. And to me, that is just strange. He said it was just miraculously gone.
A narcotic nightmare.
One young lady was telling me about it, and she was saying that she used it and then was out and didn't remember anything.
Moving like a chameleon through an already dangerous drug supply.
That scared her enough to want to go to detox.
As if fentanyl wasn't deadly enough, suppliers are mixing in a new ingredient and creating a new drug crisis from the East Coast to Puget Sound. It goes by many names.
Fetty powder, tranq dope is the big one. Everyone seems to kind of know what tranq dope is.
Rochelle Long is a mental health professional embedded with the Marysville Police Department. Just this month, she put out a warning to colleagues and clinics to brace themselves for the full-on arrival of TRANQ. TRANQ is short for tranquilizer, in this case, xylazine. It's strong enough for big animals like horses. When it's mixed with fentanyl, it gives users a brand new kind of high.
Wow.
Like they start dancing, and they seem kind of happy, and they're just having
Keep
fun.
cooking up new
To
stuff,
an immediate
man.
like zombie-like trance, like staring through you as if like a horror film.
What it does to the human body is so terrible, it looks
Yeah,
like a
that's
film
it.
effect. But in cities on the East Coast, where TRANQ first spread, it's all too real.
It's really bad in Philly. That's why I pull up this article.
It's called
Look at that
necrotic.
shit.
The tissue underneath is dead. Right here where you see this green stuff coming out, that's because you have pus. It's infected.
Sarah Laurel is the founder of the Savage Sisters Outreach Program in Philadelphia. She says TRANQ is everywhere now.
And so it took us about 2 years for it to dominate and take over our supply. Whereas in Boston, for instance, it was almost non-existent in July and August, and it is now in 70% of their supply.
Sarah and her team are treating TRANQ
50
addicts
to
every day.
70% of the drug supply.
You want to grab Sarah for me? We have somebody coming right now to transfer to the hospital. Is that okay?
Doing their best with bandages, compassion, and Narcan. But while it still remedies fentanyl overdoses, Narcan doesn't block the ill effects of xylazine in the body.
It's pretty terrifying, largely because we don't know much about it, and we don't have a reversal drug for it. We have to begin testing why it is causing these wounds within humans.
For people like Melanie Bettis, the euphoria TRANQ produced almost seemed worth it. She recovered from her TRANQ addiction after almost losing her arm.
Stop,
I never heard the term xylazine. I didn't know what.
Stop.
That's
Did you hear what he just said? The girl said all of that, lesions of your skin opening up from the outside in. She said it was almost worth it. Right? Let's continue watching and listening, man.
Was happening to me, and I would go to urgent care and stuff like that, and they would, give me an antibiotic or tell me I had MRSA. So it was definitely scary, but then you hit a point where it just becomes normal, and it's just another part of getting high.
Because no state is widely testing for TRANQ, fentanyl users are at risk of getting hooked without even knowing they're taking it. That lack of awareness is what scares Mike Kersey with Courage to Change, an addiction recovery service in Everett, who started to see the results firsthand.
Well, I'd heard about it, but only from a couple of addicts. One of them that got into detox and said that they'd been using the Fetty powder, and it was so much stronger than the Perk 30 or the fake Perk pills, the blues that you heard so much about.
For now, it's a race against time, with Kersey trying to reach users and get them help before TRANQ gets to them first. People like Nick Mackey, who just completed a 28-day treatment program.
It feels good. It feels really good. I could never imagine I've done this for myself.
Nick is on his way to transitional housing, where he plans to hang up his certificate of completion and hang on to his sobriety.
Taking that first step and cleaning yourself up is the best thing you can ever do. And you can live life that's a good life to live.
Nick has never tried TRANQ, but he knows enough about fentanyl to understand that anything that makes it more powerful will make it more deadly.
Like it's insane.
That wouldn't be a very good combination. The by itself has taken a lot of people out. You mix it with that, it's going to be completely overpowering. I'm worried about it.
If there's any good news to report on TRANQ, it's this. Scientists are working on developing a test strip for xylazine like the ones developed to detect fentanyl. And members of Congress have even floated the idea of making it a controlled substance while still maintaining access to the drug for veterinarians.
So there y'all have it. Right? There y'all have it. You feel me?
Keep that shit on the market.
There y'all have it. Xylazine.
We need to keep this for the animals.
And it's crazy though, y'all, right? You know what I'm saying? In animals, when they use this as a tranquilizer for animals, it doesn't have this reaction in animals. So that's what I'll tell you that, things that are made for animals to consume, definitely, when it comes to certain things like drugs, like we shouldn't be consuming the same drugs that dogs do. This is a dog tranquilizer. They said they use it on horses, dogs, bears. They use this tranquilizer on horses and bears.
Motherfuckers acting like they in the zoo.
But we are all human beings. If you look up what a human being is in Ballatine's law, it means a monster. Right? Y'all go do your research on that, man. Now, I was just in Philly a little bit over a couple months ago, man. Hold on, like about 4 months ago, right? In mid-November and towards the end of November. And one thing I could say about Philly is the streets is real narrow. They're very narrow. And it is very, very dirty in the city of Philadelphia. The buildings are very, very compact and tight together. I thought it was like that in Baltimore, but it's really like that in Philly. Like they are literally squeezed in next to each other, like literally, and on top of each other. But one thing I did notice when I was in Philly, that there were a lot of dope fiends downtown, especially, specifically at the Greyhound station, and they were all having these bandages on their arms, on their hands, around their necks, and I just was tripping because I was walking down because you know what I mean. I was walking. It was like a 2-hour layover. You know what I'm saying? And the dude at the Greyhound station was like, man, he said, man, y'all got a 2-hour layover. I was like, man, listen, I'm about to walk over here to Pat's and get me a cheesesteak, bruh. He said, you know what? That's what's up, bro. Go enjoy yourself. I was like, man, is it cool if I leave my bag here? He said, yeah, homie, we can put it behind the counter. I got you, bro. I ain't gonna waste something here. I'm doing a double shift tonight. Your bag is good with me. I said, I got $5, $10. He said, no, you good, bro. Go ahead, go enjoy your cheesesteak. So I walked to Pat's, right? You know, I'm walking through Philly. You know what I'm saying? The Greyhound station is, you go to Market Street, it's a straight shot. I'm talking about straight shot. You feel me? About a 30-minute walk, but it's a straight shot. So, you know, I'm like, fuck it, I'm in Philly. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking to Pat's. I'm just looking, taking pictures and shit. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm just noticing, I'm looking at the dope things and shit. And I'm a hood nigga, so I know the dope things when I see the dope things. Right. I know when I'm walking through the hood. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm telling you right now, downtown, by where, you know, a 30-minute walk from downtown, where the Greyhound station at, is still the hood. There's a lot of Mexican niggas or a lot of, I'm just saying Hispanic cats and a lot of Haitian cats out there. But anyway, I know the dope things when I see them, man, and I just noticed that they all have bandages on their hands. They have bandages wrapped around their arms. You understand what I'm saying? I see some dudes with like gauze and shit on their neck, and after like the fourth or fifth person, I started noticing that shit, like, and I'm like, what the fuck, like. I mean, I didn't even think to stop and ask nobody, but you know, I went to the corner store and shit. You know what I'm saying? I hollered at the dude in the store. I didn't even think to ask him. I just, now that I'm seeing this and I hear about it happening in Philly like that, I'm like, oh, that's what that was. That's exactly what it was. That's what that was. You feel me? You just throw all the crackheads. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm bugging or something. Like it's a dope fiend fight club in Philly or something. You know what I'm saying? Rumble out in the motherfucking streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like it's a dope fiend fight club or something in Philly, but here it coming is. Because y'all niggas is different in Philly. Yeah, so. Philly is different, man. I gotta say that. Philly is very different, man. But and then I come across this. Elle sent me the story. I'm like, man, this is crazy, man. So you know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me go ahead and look into this, man. Now, y'all see what they say, man. It's going down with this stuff in Philly, though, man. Yeah. Like it's taking over Philly right now, though, man. This East Coast is shaking up. It's tearing the whole East Coast up, but it's specifically some serious, and it's specifically some serious in Philly. Thing is, we go to the west side of Columbus. I'm pretty sure that shit's right there on the west side. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it at all, man. Because I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna go out west one of these days and get some content for y'all, man. Y'all gonna bug y'all the hell out, man. I'm telling you right now, that shit terrible. That shit is horrible. Just right up Sullivan. That's it. You could go at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Visit by our TV crew to a section of Philadelphia where thousands.
Y'all know we bring y'all this raw content, man. Hit that like button,
man. To a drug that's meant for animals.
Yeah, the street name is TRANQ, and federal agents told us the drug has already made its way to New York City. It's mixed in the fentanyl and the heroin supply. It's eating away at people's skin. Mary Murphy joins us now at the preview of our special report at 10 p.m. Mary.
Hi, Corinne Tamsing. You know, my colleague John Frazzi and I have been in the news business for 40 years, and we've never seen anything like this. People on the verge of losing their legs or arms because this animal tranquilizer called XYLAZINE, or TRANQ, is infecting their bones. They're now keeled over, as you said, on sidewalks along Kensington Avenue in Philadelphia because they're being heavily sedated by TRANQ, which is mixed in with highly addictive fentanyl and heroin. Fentanyl may be driving the fatal overdose rates in the United States, but TRANQ is leading to amputations because the people can't stop using it, and it's boring into their muscles and bones.
Next thing you know, you wake up with these big-ass holes all over you, these sores in your legs and wherever. They just pop out of anywhere.
Have the doctors told you that you could lose your leg?
Yes.
And that's not enough to get you to stop?
Trying. It's a lot easier said than done.
We would wake up and we'd be completely sick.
Have the doctors or nurses said that you could lose your hands because of the TRANQ?
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility. A lot of my friends have lost their limbs already.
Dang.
You had problems on your legs?
I did, man. I had like a hole in my, shin. There's a hole, man.
Exactly what I
was in
was
bed
telling
the other
y'all.
night, and I was like washing my leg, and I could literally put
I thought I was bugging when I was in Philly, man.
TRANQ is in 90% of the drugs that were lab tested
Damn.
in Philadelphia, and it's already here in the city, possibly in 25% of the narcotic supply in New York City. Tonight at 10, we will look at whether the Drug Enforcement Administration has any control over TRANQ, which is moving across the Northeast to the southern United States and out west. Tamsin and Corey.
Man, now listen, y'all. Right? 13 days ago, man, right? Think about all this stuff, y'all, man. We got, what, 3 train derailments in Ohio. 2 of them very noxious, toxic. I'm talking about, goddamn it, military-grade toxic nuclear weapons and everything, the chemicals.
Yeah,
right?
all of a sudden, trains is derailing rapidly.
Right? Now we got over here in the whole eastern seaboard, we got in 70+% of the drug supply. Now that didn't differentiate if this is the illegal or the legal drug supply. They're just talking about like the entire drug supply.
And you're right.
It didn't even specify what drugs. It's what, all drugs?
You're all right about that. They didn't say it.
In Boston, in the city of Philadelphia, they have been finding traces of this drug XYLAZINE in 90% of the drug supply.
That's a lot.
So you know what that tells you right off top, though, right?
The government.
I mean, you know what that tells you off top, though, right, man? Think about this stuff, though, man. In what way could a drug like XYLAZINE, a chemical like XYLAZINE, be in the supply that fast? My nigga Mike, what's good with you, cuzzo? Right? Yeah, this is ill, man. The first time I heard about a flesh-eating drug was that crocodile, right? This is like right when I first came home, like around 2016. But I ain't heard about this one, right? Now, this drug right here, chemical XYLAZINE, they're calling it TRANQ because it's a tranquilizer. It's a large animal tranquilizer, large dog, horse, bear even tranquilizer. And they putting it in the local drug supplies on the eastern seaboard for some reason, man. Let's get to it, man. Tap in, walk with us, man. And I'm telling y'all, man.
And it's crazy because this ain't like a kid party type drug.
No.
Because kids like uppers. So I don't know if y'all know the difference between.
Not approved for human use. Any way you want to do it, you can get it. Yeah, different name. 2%, 22%. In Philadelphia, 90% of all lab tested drugs have
What's our
XYLAZINE
secret for the
in
best
them.
way to get prescription lenses? Lensable.com.
How?
I've been.
That's my whole thing is how. Right? My whole thing is how. This is crazy, man. And then, not to mention, y'all. Not to mention, y'all got to remember, man, just last week, man. You know, just last week. You feel me? Just last week, we did the show on Complan 88. Remember? Remember this last week? We just did the show, or 2 weeks ago, right? We did the show on when I did the show on Complan 88. Remember I just did the show on Complan 88, the contingency plan that they got in place in case of a zombie apocalypse. Man, y'all better, man, listen here, man.
Go to the CDC website. They got zombie killing classes at the CDC website.
Every year around Halloween in Delaware, Ohio, the county right above us, they do a mock zombie apocalypse where they get the whole area involved. You can even sign up online and be a zombie, or you could be a part of the military still, whatever. And they got actual military soldiers up there, National Guard and Army, right up there. Goddamn it, doing live training under the disguise of it being like a little silly mock celebration, but it's really to see how they would want to, in real time do their drills on how they would respond in the event of a zombie apocalypse. Right? Oh, you was watching that show, Mike? You one of them niggas that be watching and don't be hitting the like button, man? Let me find out, Mike. You be watching the show and don't be hitting the like button, man.
Like, subscribe.
A nigga who I actually know and has been on the show prior to being on YouTube like this. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but yeah, though, Complan 8888, right? I've been telling y'all about these contingency plans that they got, man. Telling y'all about them, man. It's you know what I'm saying? It ain't no mistake or no mystery why they keep showing us these TV shows like The Last of Us, The Walking Dead, you know what I'm saying? All the different spin-off shows from The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and all that crazy stuff. Then you got all these other zombie shows that come on other channels, and then you got the whole movies coming out every we got a new zombie flick coming out. You know what I mean? They got The Black Summer on Netflix. They got The Last of Us on HBO right now. You know what I'm talking about? They just finished the last season of The Walking Dead. Been on for 11, 12 years? I'm telling y'all, man, they're not showing us this imagery for entertainment purposes only, man. Especially when the government has full contingency plans in place, more than one. In the event that a zombie apocalypse was to break out, they're prepared, right? And now here we have this drug, XYLAZINE, this chemical being put in the drug supply, and they're calling it the zombie drug. You know what I mean? Hell, man, what you think about that, man?
Nah, man, I mean, it's crazy. Like I said, they got all these things in place that we see, like you said, CDC. And it's crazy, when I was going on the CDC website, it was just because I was going over some coronavirus switched up information. When they were switching up the information, I seen this shit about the zombie training and going over that shit. And I'm like, well, why the fuck would y'all have this?
Yeah, you got to hit that like button, nigga. Every time y'all tune in, smash that like button, man. Make sure wipe your feet when you come to your granny house. You wipe your feet off at the door. You know what I'm talking about? And you sit on the furniture that she got the plastic on and nowhere else, man. So when y'all come over here, ever talking tap in, make sure the first thing you do is hit that like button. I don't be asking y'all for no cash out for none of that, man. Just hit that goddamn like button, man. We're going to get to the bread, man. That's coming. But for right now, just hit that like button, man. You know what I'm talking about? Hit that like button. I'm my fault. I ain't going to cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, I mean, y'all definitely got to hit that like button.
Definitely got to hit the like button, man.
Nah, I mean, we just got to think about it. Like, all the things that they've been putting in place kind of like quietly, like, it's just a lot of weird shit going on, and we see it. Like I said, I was on the CDC website. I was looking at some coronavirus shit. This is like right when they approved the, when they made the shots mandatory. Well, It was kind of like, they basically made it mandatory for people to keep their jobs in certain sectors.
Right.
And they had to get the shot.
Right.
So as soon as they did that, that's when they kind of dropped. That's when they dropped it on the website about the zombie trainings and all that shit. So I was just kind of looking at it like, well, why would y'all even put that in? It kind of was ill timing. And people made jokes and all kind of shit. But I'm looking at all this shit. Like, we're looking at the way the drugs is rolling out. Now, for one, for this lady to say it's the worst thing she's seen in 40 years of reporting, that means she's seen the heroin epidemic, which is ongoing. She's witnessed the crack era, which was our era. Is like the crack. I don't know if all y'all, some of y'all may be too young to really know what the crack era was like. And you may watch TV shows and all that, think it's fictional, but the crack era was ill.
Super ill.
Especially if you was really around it. Like, real shit. Like, the crack era was crazy. I don't think that society will ever get to that point again because it's hard for, you know, the way that the developments, and they're pushing out the cities now. Now they're building up the cities. I noticed that a lot of cities, they're trying to do that work, even though it's a lot of drugs and crackheads and druggies all in the city, they're still trying to move that out to the outskirts. And right now, we just right at this crossroad where we can never go back to the crack era type era because there's too many people with money now. So we're going to buy up all the property. So it ain't really it's not going to be a project right in the middle of Columbus, Ohio anymore. Like, that won't happen. Now, there may be certain neighborhoods and shit like that that still, you know, could be affected. But the way the cities are set up and structured is not going to ever get as bad as it used to be. But this shit right here that's making people lose limbs, is putting holes in people, making their skin look like alligators, like Verge said. The alligator skin, we seen the woman on the block, skin all hard, flesh-eating type drugs, diseases, whatever you call it. It's wild. So I just hope that, you know, if you know anybody that may deal with it or get involved with it, just like with any of these harsh drugs, it can do these damages like this. You know, talk to them, man. Because this ain't right. This is tearing holes in people, and you know, people think this shit's a game out here, man. The more I get older, the more wiser I get, the more I see the way the society is shaped up, the way they mold it, and it's sick. It's sick. Because the only way that this could have been spread or put 90% of the supply is the government. You know? That's the only way that this could have been the way. If that lady is telling the truth on those numbers, it's only one way that could happen. And not even telling the truth, she could be off by 30 or 40%, and it still would be.
My brother, Third War Colombian, what it do, man?
You know what I mean?
Third War, man, what's going down there in Houston, bro, man? Y'all got that old zombie down there? Y'all got that TRANQ going on down there?
Yeah, TRANQ's some different.
Got niggas turning into zombies and shit, man.
Cool, man.
Right, look right here, y'all. Right, they call this thing muck rock. Right. Emergency medical squad and law enforcement take on the living dead. Public records offer fascinating insights to emergency responders' strange zombie obsession. And this happens in right above us in Delaware, Ohio. Right, nothing takes the edge off simulating a toxic chemical spill. Hold on, huh? Tap in, walk with us, y'all. Nothing takes the edge off simulating a toxic chemical spill. Like, you mean like what happened in East Palestine? Oh, and what happened in Bedford as well? Oh, okay. Oh, the other train that just derailed on what's that, Springfield?
Yeah.
And they said that the toxic, the chemicals or whatever liquids was on the train in Springfield, they say they weren't toxic. So what y'all bring out the EPA for?
So if y'all look at Columbus, you know, Springfield's like
less than an hour away, man.
Yeah, it's south of us. And then the first one was up northwest. It's like this shit.
My man Third World said, yup, Third Ward. This is my man in Houston. 713. He said the crocodile. He said this TRANQ is alive down there. Eating them up. Flytown 614. What it do, bro?
Crocodile,
Fetty Dust, TRANQ.
All that shit.
The chemical is XYLAZINE, right? That's what the chemical is, y'all. Hold on real quick. Let me pull it up for y'all real quick. Let me finish. Let's go to this article real quick. Let's finish looking at this article down. All right. Nothing takes the edge off stimulating a toxic chemical. Now, mind y'all, this article is from 2018.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention too.
Right.
2018.
This article's from what? What's that? 5 years ago?
Yeah.
This is 5 years ago, y'all.
4.5, but it's about to be 5.
Nigga, this 5 years ago, bro. Tap in, walk with us, hit that like button.
A hell of a cocktail. We talking about Fetty. Like, I mean,
hold on, let me read this article, man. Nothing takes the hold on. Let me read this article. Nothing takes the edge off stimulating a toxic chemical spill like zombies, as Ohio emergency responders discovered in 2011. Following in the Center for Disease Control's footsteps, EMS personnel in Delaware County raised the undead. Hundreds of zombie volunteers attended, and the ensuing zombie crisis hazmat exercise produced a slew of public documents ranging from chuckle-worthy to actually terrifying. The documents are just a small part of the public record on government zombie training exercises, which spans a surprise range of agencies and locations. In response to an Ohio Open Records law request from William Pierce about the 2011 exercise, the Delaware County Office of Emergency Management furnished a surprisingly comprehensive cache of documents, emails, photos, and planning memos to Muck Rock. In one email to local business owners, an official at Delaware County's Office of the Homeland explained his agency's exercise. At first glimpse, this looks like more fun than training. We do plan on having fun, but that is not the case. The situation will require close attention to scene control, cross-contamination, and decontamination. For example, if personnel, including first responders, enter an area with the chemical, will be turned into zombies if not wearing the appropriate PPE, personal protective equipment. Also, if zombies touch responders without appropriate PPE, the responders will be turned. Another important facet of the exercise is that of participation. Exercises in the past, we have been lucky to have 20 victims. Lucky to have 20 victims. The word hazmat just does not carry the same excitement as zombie on a whole. It really is a hazmat exercise. However, by doing this on Halloween, allowing some fun and incorporating zombies, we hope to have over 200 people. If we can achieve these numbers, we will surely test the hazmat team in ways never previously tested. Right? Look at this. This was a decontamination zone where if you were zombified by the chemicals, you had to spur through this to be de-zombified. Do you understand what they perceptually preparing us for? And as we see with the onslaught of the drug, XYLAZINE, aka zombie or TRANQ, you don't necessarily have to be turned into a flesh-eating, mind-gone rabbit, all senses gone, flesh-craving zombie to be considered a zombie. Zombification spans a wide range, although the end result will be someone who is zombified or a zombie. But becoming zombified or to go through a process of zombification, there's more than one way of that. So don't get caught up in what we've been programmed watching this TV and stuff, right? But what we think zombies is or zombification is. You hear me? Right? So y'all think about that, man. And we got articles dating back 5 years, 12 years, where they've been doing the mock testings all over America, right? All over the country, mind you, of dealing with the advent of a zombie apocalypse. Now look at the imagery we done been hit with as well, right? Look at the imagery we done been hit with. Walking Dead, like I said, the latest craze right now. What, have you checked it out? The Last of Us?
Yeah, I haven't checked it out. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, it's deep, man. You feel me? It's deep. Lance Parker, what it do, man? Where you been at, boy? My man Lance Parker in the building. What's good with you, brother? Yes, apply leprosy, man. You hear me? And this is why I keep telling y'all, when you hear me talk about stuff like Plan 8888, like we did a couple weeks ago, don't necessarily think that means that it has to be, like some Walking Dead shit. It could be like what we see with this drug TRANQ, right? This is getting wild out here, man. What y'all think about this, man? You feel me? You know, we're about to open up the panel, man. We got to open up the panel, man, for this one, man. You know what I'm talking about? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. We dropping the link. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers and sisters is welcome to come up and speak, spit your game, talk your shit. You hear me? Because listen here, man. It kind of brings everything that's happening, specifically, especially in Ohio, it kind of put it in perspective a little bit, man. You know, it's kind of like, nah, is this stuff all accidental? But this is what I get from it, L, and I'm going to pass it to L. I feel like my intelligence is being insulted. I know L might feel me when I say that. I feel like my intelligence is being insulted. For me to know all the stuff I know and all this stuff happening like this, and me to think that it's separate and not connected, it's like, I can't go, man. You know what I'm talking about? Especially when we talk about Norfolk Southern. You know what I'm saying? They involved with companies like Procter & Gamble. You hear me? They involved with companies like BlackRock, SC Johnson Wax, Searle Pharmaceuticals, Monsanto. When you start connecting the dots on these companies, man, it's like, you know, you start figuring out that they all connected, man. They're all connected, man. Yeah. And I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to pass it to L, but man, I'm telling y'all right now, the company, the corporation that we need to be looking out for is BlackRock, man. They're taking over the world, literally. Y'all look into who BlackRock is, man. Go ahead, L, man.
Yeah, I know you spoke about BlackRock a little while ago.
And
that's a whole different, because when all these companies tying together, it's hard not to see, like you said, what you see right in front of your face.
It's hard.
Everything that you, like, when you know what this entity does and what they're doing over here. And now it's starting to become closer to home every time. And then it's happening on multiple occasions. And then you go back and you look at some of the shit that they was already kind of putting out there as like playful type shit. Just, you know, that's how you desensitize people.
Right.
You throw it out there in little jabs and, you know, just like how they just kind of rolled out the unidentified aircraft shit. You know what I mean?
Y'all forgot about that already, huh?
Well, no, a lot of people didn't even know about it because they was too hypnotized by the pandemic. You know, they did a perfect way to roll it out during the pandemic. So that's what the news and the media does. You know, they highlight all this shit to get you not to think about it. And then they slide the shit that they really wanted you to know right underneath your nose. And you don't even go to look for it, search for it, hear it, none of that. You know, it don't make no headlines when it's shit like this. And, you know, this should be something that should be discussed. For a lot of people not to even know about it.
Yeah.
We got too much access to social media now. You know, back in days, the crack era, it was like, they didn't have no social media. Or you call people like, they ain't know. A lot of people didn't even know what the fuck was going on. I was watching the scene on Snowfall last week. If y'all are familiar with the show Snowfall, Wanda, she goes off to Africa, and then this season she comes back. She goes to her grandma's house, and she just going to say what's up. Like, now she reformed, she ain't a crackhead no more, but her grandma won't let her in the door.
Right.
Her grandma, like, last time you was here, she like, where my pearls at?
Like how old girl was doing bubs on the wire? Like his sister was doing bubs on the wire?
Yeah. And here it is now. She fully reformed, doing good. She didn't even want to come back from Africa. Like she had changed so much, didn't want to go back to her environment. First place she wanted to go back was to see her grandmother.
Right.
And she telling her grandmother, I was off that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm different now. Like I'm back to being who I was prior. But sometimes, you hurt people a certain way. Like, she's like, hey, I don't even want to.
That beer just burnt. You done burnt it up. Right. Now, pay attention to this, y'all.
Now, this map is crazy.
Pay attention to this. Y'all be still telling y'all about the Wildlands Project. This all falls under UN Agenda 2030. Now, think about them four black folks that allegedly came up kidnapped, right, down here in Mexico, right in this region here.
Texas.
Right in this, about this region, about that region there.
But they were silly though.
Right? It's more to that story, I'm telling you, man. I got connections in certain way I get information, y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Now this can't be proven or this is not solid. I'm just telling y'all. From what my people's down that way, man. Allegedly them people from North Carolina were Democratic supporters. You know what I'm saying? And they, was supposedly, I guess, allegedly traveling to that other side to go get some type of medicine. They was getting medicine for
a tummy tuck,
for some painkiller medicine or some type of. No, they weren't getting a tummy. They was going to get medicine. No, I'm not confirming or denying. This is what my sources told me.
Medical procedure.
So they was going to get some tummy tuck.
Yeah. There's the second time she went down there. The one that came back.
They released their names?
Yeah.
Because two of them dead, right?
Yeah, the two dudes. It was 3 dudes and a girl, mother of 6.
It's way more to this story than what they telling us, y'all, man. Listen here.
They said they mistake them for Haitian drug runners.
Haitian drug runners.
Yeah.
That's very interesting in Mexico.
Yeah,
that's very interesting. I'm telling y'all more to that story. Listen, don't go to Mexico.
Well, not through there. So this is
no border towns, especially.
Nah. So it's 7 states that they said that are run by the cartels. Some of the worst places you go to. So this is my thing and I was just talking to my mom about this. When you go to these places and you visit these countries, just like when you visit cities, a lot of y'all ask, where do I go? When the question you should ask first, especially if you're traveling and you're driving and you're going through these cities, is where should I not go?
Right. Like, what area should I completely avoid?
Right. This is the first questions you should always ask. Everybody's glamored by going out of town, going to different countries, doing all this shit. I get it. I like to do it too.
Right.
But the first question I've always asked is, where do we not go?
Right.
Because that's what you want to know. And to know that they say there's 7 different states, this was top 3 of the worst. That's ran by the cartels to where the cops don't even have control over that motherfucking place that they was in. They drove through the motherfucking place where it's ran by nothing but cartels. So they made themselves a target off top, a walking target. Y'all got, and I always, we had this discussion when we did the Passport Bros podcast. And what did I told y'all on that podcast?
Tighten up.
Y'all do not go to these other countries.
Right.
Y'all talk about Brittany Griner. Y'all see what happened with her. Anytime you go to these other countries, make sure you know where you're going.
Man, make sure you know the laws too, man.
And they drove. So they drove through Texas, they said, and they said they went
all the way from North Carolina?
Yeah, across the border, and they went through a top 3 worst state in the whole country of Mexico. Ran by the cartels. So what do you think was going to happen? Even if you don't have money, they're going to try to kidnap you to get some kind of ransom just to see if you got some bread. You know what I mean?
Oh, gee, what it do, man?
Yeah, I guess 2 of the cats got out of the line and they popped them.
Oh, yeah? Fly Town, oh, yeah? I'm going to have to check that out. Now, tap in, walk with me. I want y'all to look at this, man, all right? Peep this, right? Y'all watching? Y'all watching? All right. Now look at this map, y'all. Now think about just what happened in our state of Ohio. Right now, if y'all look at this map, y'all know where Ohio is at, right? Ohio's right here. This region right here. This is Lake Erie right here. You know, there's Lake Michigan right there. There's Lake Erie right here. You feel me? So you know Ohio is right here. This is all Ohio right here. Now look at the area where it's dark red. Now look over here at this map. Look at the legend, right? The legend says that all the areas in red. Now this is the Wildlands Project map, UN Agenda 2030 for global sustainability. This is how the planned map for America is to be under UN Agenda 2030 by the year 2030. All the places you see on this map in red is core reserves and corridors, little to no human use. All right. That means that, you know, there's not going to be too much humans in activity in these red areas. Now, look at where it's red at. Concentrated really right here in the west area, right? And over here in the northwest east area and all sprawled out. And just look about where Ohio is at now. Look at where all the trail derailments just happened at. Look at the area of this map. You can go check this out for yourself and blow it up and look where Ohio's at, and you'll see when you correlate that map to where those accidents happen in East Palestine lines up with this area where there's to be little to no human use.
Yeah, we talked about that last time we spoke on that.
Huh?
Like, unless you really know somebody out there, you don't know nobody out there.
And then you got to think about where Bedford, Ohio is at. All in this range right here where you see the dark red in the Ohio area.
Now, Springfield is a place where I will say, I know a lot of people. I know people in Springfield. Now, that's the first place I know. In Bedford, we know Bedford, Ohio. That's what I'm saying. They started with Palestine, East Palestine, which is a place where nobody really goes to.
It's like less than 4,000 people live in East Palestine.
Yeah.
You feel Bedford me? I've never even heard of East Palestine.
And then Springfield is close.
Yes, Springfield, like a little less than an hour away.
And that's in between here
in Dayton, Cincinnati.
And where I went to school, Xenia.
You
know what I mean? Out there in I went to
Wilmington, all that shit is in between there.
So yeah, I mean, you gotta think right there. It's like
Yellow Springs, where Dave Chappelle stayed. Yellow Springs is out in that area.
Xenia. Right there, the same shit. It's all the same shit. Yellow Springs, I think, is
all the same shit.
Shit's called. But
Muskingum County.
Think about it. It's coming from Columbus, the northwest, and then coming down around like a C.
Look at the map
around Columbus.
Just look at the map, though. Y'all look at this map, and y'all can see
in the cities. Yeah,
you know, y'all can see where it is planned to be. Little to no human use. Now look at the green areas. The green areas is where there's normal use.
If I was a betting man, I would say the next one would either be Pennsylvania, Kentucky, or Indiana. If I was a betting man.
Yeah, they got these. Look, y'all see, it's more red on this map. What y'all need to take away from this map right here, this is a projected map. Y'all need to take away from this map that there's more red than any other color on this map. And what that means is that all where you see red on this map is where there is planned to be little to no humans. Right? You got these yellow zones or the buffer zones, highly regulated use. That means probably only personnel. You feel me? Or if you're working. Then you got this little border zone right here that goes all across the Mexican border with America. All right? This is where they building that NAFTA super highway, right all up in this area right here. All right? Now, the green areas you see sprawled all out sparsely. Those little light green areas, those are where they're going to be the UGBs, the urban growth boundaries, the smart cities, the mega cities, what I'll be talking to y'all about. Y'all better realize what's going on, man. Seriously, man. My bad, bro.
Y'all gotta, I mean, like you said, you just gotta look at it. That map is crazy. And then the farther up you go. But I also, when I look at this map, though,
right,
I also think about the places where it ain't that many people at, though.
Right.
And a lot of these places are those areas.
But a lot of these places are where they're heavy populated at too.
There are some, yeah. That's why.
Like mostly. Like look at this. Like who's to blow this up? You can see where these red areas cover.
I have to like really blow, like you said, blow it up. See what cities are surrounding, because y'all got to think a lot of these places that we drive through, it's not a lot of cities compared to just outside land, just moving. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a lot of rural areas.
No, but look at where Ohio is at, bro.
But we know how Ohio is.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but no, man. Look at the areas where these cities.
Border. It's
look where the cities is at, though.
Yeah, because it is the border.
Look where the cities is at.
Because Cincinnati is on the border, so that's one thing that southern.
Do y'all see this?
Yeah.
Hold on. Somebody, Uncle Diggity, right there.
Yeah, so that I see it.
My fault, Uncle Diggity. I just saw you, bro.
Because that is literally the.
It's all good, bro.
Right there. That's the border of Ohio. If y'all looking at it right there,
right there. That's the Ohio River.
Yeah,
the Ohio River goes all the way out there, man. Now listen, look at this, man. Look at where Chicago is at, right? But look at any place on these maps where y'all see red, y'all. You hear me? Little to no human use, man. A lot of cities are in there. Look at this area right here. We got St. Louis, Kansas City, Topeka, we got Little Rock, Atlanta, look, Memphis, Louisville. Look at this, man. A lot of people live in these areas, man. This is South Carolina, North Carolina. This is like where the area where Charlotte is at right here, man. There's supposed to be no people in Charlotte, man. Y'all better look at this shit, man.
I mean,
and look at the green areas, y'all. Look at the green areas is where is planned for us to be living.
It's just harder to see, but as y'all can see, it's like it's like all in that one area. It's like they want to get us away from the coast.
Yeah, but look, this is what I want y'all to get from this map. I want y'all to get there. There's more red than anything on this map, right? And the red areas are where there are heavily populated currently right now. Like, look at this region right here. Look at this region to the lower right, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Look at, y'all know what cities is up in this area where it's all red at? This like, for instance, right here. This is Charlotte right here, man, where there's nothing but red, all red. That's Charlotte.
They don't care about Memphis.
That's Charlotte. You hear me?
Yeah.
This whole city of Charlotte gone. Just go here to Virginia. That's where Norfolk and Richmond and all that shit. Look at all that shit. That shit is red. With some green sprawl through there. So the whole point I'm saying, y'all, is that y'all ain't prepared for what these people got planned for us, man. Smart cities, mega cities, urban growth boundaries, Wildlands Project, Wildlands Urban Interface. And if y'all look over here where the Ohio River is at, right here, right? And this is the area right here where East Palestine is at.
Yeah, that's exactly where it's at.
Right there in that area right there. Right where y'all looking at, when you look at where you see Ohio is actually this white to see. This is Lake Michigan right here, right? That's Lake Huron, this is Lake Erie. And you know what I'm saying? This is the dip in Ohio. This is up here where Sandusky, Cleveland is right here. You know what I'm saying? And we go a little bit down this way in this region. This is where East Palestine is at, right there. Bedford is a little bit over down this way. Then you got all this shit around here. You know what I'm saying? This West Virginia, Pennsylvania right here. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. You got places around. We got Columbus in the center. A lot. It's just more red than anything. You hear me? And that's the whole point that I want to get across to y'all, man. Uncle Dude, what's good, man?
Chilling out, bro. What's up with y'all?
Man, we're sitting here breaking down this stuff, man. They got that TRANQ popping out there on that West Coast, man.
Yeah. My wife came talking to me about it the other day. I hadn't heard
Thank you,
about it,
OG.
but yeah, apparently she been seeing reports of stuff. But as far back as I can remember, maybe like 10 years ago, it started with the bath salt thing. That was like my first
Yeah,
instance in hearing
yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
So what it looks like to me is they already had the fucking they already had the formula to do this shit. They just trying to perfect it.
Yeah.
See the first round, the bath salt changed the name to Flocka, and then
Flocka. That's what it
yeah,
was. Flocka.
yeah,
Flocka.
FLAKKA,
AKA. Yeah.
Flocka. So that one made people start kind of zombieing out and low key biting on each other and shit like that. There was
Yeah.
an
Running into
instance where
cars and stuff like that, full speed head
yeah.
first.
It was an instance where somebody bit like somebody cheek off or some shit, like on
Yeah.
some zombie shit. So that was like the first instance. So now it swings back around and shit like that. So I say that to say they've already had it. They trying to perfect it. And I think how they gonna do it is basically use drug addicts. You know what I mean? Because drug addicts want to get high. So what they could possibly do is create that shit and create like a never come down high off of that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
To where you're permanently in that state, and you know they'll have an excuse to knock you down.
My man Lance Parker said Chicago is going to be a dystopic mega city if this comes to fruition. Listen, y'all see where Shy is at on this map, though, right? Y'all see what Chicago is surrounded by. Now think about movies like Judge Dredd, where they had the wasteland and the big wall that covered Mega City 1. In the movie Dredd, the prequel, right? Just Dredd. Right, Mega City 1 was a city that stretched from Boston to like Miami, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or Boston to like DC or some shit like that.
That's why they're probably making them trains.
All right, that's exactly why they're making them trains, man. Imagine a city that spans from Boston to fucking Atlanta. Oh, that's Mega City 1 right there, man. And then this region from Chicago, all that loop right there, you see right here. See how the Ohio River go right here like that, and then we go to Indiana, and then they go to Missouri and go up. This is Mississippi right here. That whole section right there, that's Mega City 1, Mega City 2 right there. Fucking 120 million people live in this whole city right here. But only in the green areas, though. This is what we're being mentally prepared, perceptually prepared for, man. We've been desensitized and pre-programmed to it since we was kids. Judge Dredd when we was kids. Fucking Johnny Mnemonic. I'm talking about, goddamn it, fucking Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. You feel me? Total Recall. You hear me? Fucking The Matrix, all that stuff, man. We've been Back to the Future. We've already preemptively programmed for this stuff, man. So it's not like that much like shocking to our psyche when this stuff actually starts being introduced in society. You know what I'm saying? Now I want y'all to go look into what Agenda 2030 for global sustainability. I'm not making that up. That is actually real shit, man. You hear me? And Chicago, man, listen here. If I was in Chicago,
we need Mr. O.
Where my brother Mr. O at? Listen, if I was in Chicago,
got the purge popping.
If I was in Chicago, let's just say I would be getting up through. Let's put it like that. I would be getting up through.
Oh, they out there.
I would definitely be getting up through. I wonder if this is going on in Chicago. Hey, Lance Parker, you up there in the shop, big bro. Where any reports to the TRANQ up there? Because as you see, clearly this is spreading across from the eastern seaboard west. Because they talk about this in Baltimore, You feel me? It's in Philly. You know what I'm talking about? What's the name just said it's in even to the west. It's already on the West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast.
It's already on the West Coast. According to the Brethren, Uncle Diggity, his Wizzy, like sheesh.
Well, you know they was gonna hit that quick.
Like God damn, man, Uncle Diggity, man.
There's so much market out there.
What up?
They got that huge homeless population out there too.
That's crazy right there too, man. So what you think about all this, man?
Didn't you say the pink area is what, Indian reservation?
Yeah, that's what the legend says. Yeah, you saw it. Indian reservations.
For one, I didn't know it was that many fucking Indian reservations in the country.
Right.
And for two, they are oddly surrounded by red running through them. It's almost as if they're placed in the red, like the red's there first, and they're conveniently placed in spots within the red.
Right.
But yeah, that's crazy. This whole thing's fucking crazy, bro. This whole thing's crazy. Another thing too, zoom out to the whole map, because there's one piece that we need to discuss. What exactly is this gonna be in reference to, you know, these films and shit that they show us and shit like that. That bottom part right there in Texas, that orange part.
Oh, okay, that's the barrier right there.
Yeah. Notice how Texas is outlined in red. That's the only state that's outlined in red.
Right.
Okay. So, and then we have that orange buffer shit. So what is this orange 200-mile buffer zone? Is this going to be like the wasteland outside of the zone? Like if you go there, you're officially attacked by whatever on your own. You know how they show these little parts in the movies, the outer realm shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Persona non grata. Now look at Cali. Look at Cali.
Yeah, that shit. I mean, it's only a few small places that's gonna have inhabitants in California, according to this shit, and it's gonna be just surrounded. I mean, like everywhere else, surrounded by red. Yeah, this shit's bad, bro. Maybe it'll look more. You could kind of see more of a detailed if you zoom in on it. Then you could kind of see the cities and how they gonna line it up. But from here, nigga, that shit looks awful. That shit is awful. Look at the pink though. Look how the pink is all. Look at New Mexico or whatever that is, Arizona, where that pink piece is. This is just red running all. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Little to no human use. This whole area right here is surrounded.
Yeah, that's the piece I was talking about.
That one too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll be showing y'all stuff like this, man. Let y'all know what these people got planned, man. Look into the Wildlands Project. This is not fake. This is actually going on. This is all part of the Department of State, UN Agenda 2030 for Global Sustainability. The State Department is involved with this. Department of the Interior is involved with this. You know what I'm saying? The U.S. military is involved with this. You know what I mean?
That's why they got all them open, like literally open jails with nobody in them, heavily guarded.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I'll be looking to the UGBs, the urban growth boundaries. You feel me? Looking to the Wildlands urban interface. Remember in California out there, Uncle Diggity, y'all just had the whole city of Paradise is gone. It's been completely taken off the map. Paradise is somewhere up in this region right here, where red is at. Where they have them fires at. Right? LA, like right in this region right here, right over there, like in the southern region right here, right? Where there's
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got Paradise is like up here, this area right here. You feel me? See,
There's so many goddamn markings on this map. I can't even see the distinction of the state and shit. I mean, I know how it's shaped, but I'm trying to look like, like
right
where's the line?
Right here. If y'all can see my mouse, I see Cali clear as day. Cali is right, start right there, down right there, all right there.
Yeah.
Cali right there. Mostly red. And think of California is where most of the food is grown at. So you understand that, man?
But see, California has a lot of area, like a lot of that area that's red is already like uninhabited land or whatever.
Right.
The drive from Southern Cali to Northern Cali is a fucking big ass stretch of small nothing ass towns, but big ass like land plots and shit like that. So a lot of it is already vacant and shit. I'm worried about the spots where people are actually living and shit. The Bay and all of that shit. And Southern Cali, where we at, like all of that red in there, like what is that about? Like there are people there, so what the fuck is going on with this shit? You know what I mean?
Right. And that's why y'all got y'all brother stats with the facts to put y'all up on game so y'all can look into this stuff and see where this stuff is affecting y'all at. Because this is what these people have in store for us now. Look over here in our region. You know what I'm saying? Look over here in our region. In Ohio. And it's just as bad. I mean, it's horrible. It's terrible. Red everywhere. Now, mind y'all, red is little to no human use, man. Now look at Texas. Look at down south. look at Atlanta. Surrounded by red. I keep telling y'all, look into smart cities, man. Mega cities, smart cities, man.
Texas still.
They're cramming us all into the metropolitan areas.
Texas still seems to be the state where you'll have the most space and shit, according to this map. It's a lot of red dots, but they far and few compared to all of these other states. Like these other motherfuckers look like they finna shut down roads and shit. Like you literally finna be boxed in within that,
Right. And
if Texas like big as fuck. That's why it's a lot of green.
Like literally everybody in the world can live comfortably inside of Texas, man.
Yeah.
Like literally. Like everybody on planet Earth could comfortably live inside of the state of Texas, man.
A lot of these motherfuckers, even like the smaller states, be like underdeveloped and shit like that. A lot of these motherfuckers could house a lot of people and shit, but
Now look where it's green at. Normal use. That means where you're going to normally see human everyday activity, where we live, where we are going to be. Look how sparsed out they are. Look how you see some of them completely surrounded by totally red areas. Right? The yellow areas are the buffer zones where, there's, probably regulated. You know what I mean? Like you like working, or you gotta go have to, like when you're in this area, you're subject to have to show your papers at any given time. You have to have a reason to be out here. You can't just be out here. That's what these people got planned, man. And this is when they start spreading these drugs, man, and stuff like TRANQ and XYLAZINE and all that crazy stuff, man. Putting that stuff out in the public, man. And then when you think about these contingency plans they got in order, it's not a coincidence, man. At least I want to see a blow up of Area 51 in relation to these colors. Hold on, we can go right on over there to it. All right. Right there. That's the four quarters region right there. Y'all see it? Y'all use your eye. We've been looking at this map all our life. You can see motherfucking Arkansas right here, Iowa and all that shit right there. It's the four corner area right here. Yeah, right there. Area 51 is completely drowned in red and yellow. This is, you feel me? Y'all go do y'all research into the Wildlands Project. I'll be telling y'all about, I've been studying this UN Agenda 2030 stuff for like 15 years, man. You feel me? And everything is connected to it, man. And when you look into what's going on, especially in Ohio, you feel me? It's falling right in line with the very things that need to happen in order for this thing to become full-fledged all the way in out the gate. To where the UN sets policy, which they already do to an extent in America. I want y'all to know what that means, man. that a foreign entity has influence over the how the law is interpreted and enforced over here, right? All through our local governments. This is why we telling y'all to go check out y'all city's climate action and resilient plan. Thus, all administered through the UN. That's completely overriding the jurisdiction of the American. We don't even be knowing about this stuff. We ain't never had to pass no votes or nothing on that stuff. This is what these people are doing. These so-called politicians. This is stuff they don't be wanting y'all to know about, right? Putting y'all up on real game right here, man. Urban growth boundaries, Wildlands project, Wildlands urban interface. What happened in Paradise, California back in 2015-16 with them wildfires, man? The whole city of Paradise gone. You hear me? Completely off the map, destroyed. And when you look at it, it looked like a war zone.
California had wildfires every year on clock, like
right. Not like they did in Paradise though. That was different. They had images of flames jumping across the road and all that crazy stuff.
Bro, we had that every year. We literally have it every year, bro.
I mean, I know y'all have it every year though, but not like in the way that it was in that year with the stuff that people were reporting and how the fires was destroying property. That was a little different. They were completely vaporized cars with vegetation not touched, completely standing next to them. You got people of footage of flames literally skipping across the highway like Mexican jumping beans. Yeah. You got pictures of blue lights just flashing. Crazy situation with Paradise, man. You hear me? You know what I'm talking about? In the aftermath of what happened after that, you know what I'm saying? Especially how things just was set up to like specifically make the fire happen, you know what I'm saying? With all the stuff they were spraying in the skies out there, they're just building up that film on the floor, that's making it real flammable and brittle out there. You know what I'm saying? To the smart meters, the electric smart meters that all the homeowners in there have to be putting in their homes in the past 3 or 5 years prior to this thing happening. That aren't surge protected. They're not fully hermeticized, sealed in. You know what I'm saying? They're not hardwired, so they can susceptible to blow and ignite, which that was happening, was causing some of the fires. Some of them smart meters was exploding. Crazy situation, man.
Yeah, man.
And PG&E was involved with this too. Remember when I was talking to y'all about Diablo Canyon, how Kamala Harris involved with all that stuff with that nuclear facility up there, man? Now we got the same thing happening in Ohio with this stuff happening up in East Palestine, Bedford, got them in Springfield. You know what I'm saying? The boy that I just told you about a couple weeks ago, man, about a week or so ago, the white dude down here, when I talked about old girl who was balling out in Columbus, Monica, dude who embezzled all that $60 million when they're supposed to decommission them nuclear facilities and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about? And now we got Norfolk Southern, which operates all throughout Ohio. You hear me? Now they got this series of train derailments, like back to back to back. And this latest one in Springfield, right? They say that it wasn't no toxic or hazardous chemicals on board. So what was the point of the EPA going out there for then? Right? That I'll just be, you know, I thought the EPA only go out when there's like hazardous toxic chemicals being in the environment. If it's just like a whole bunch of like, you know what I'm saying, like lotion or something like that. I mean, I don't think those are considered toxic chemicals. If it's like a truckload of shampoo or something filled or something.
I mean, hazmat could be anything. It's a lot of different hazmat type loads.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was that they said it was non-hazardous material, but the EPA was called out for non-hazardous material. So I mean.
And there's definitely a difference in certification. You need to put that on the rails or the road, period.
Right.
Because I'm in logistics, and for me to get a hazmat driver, it's going to cost a little more, and it's going to have to go through different certifications. And you know who's on that.
Right.
So they know on that manifest what was on that truck, where it was going, headed to. So they got the manifest. All you gotta do is if they release they could release the manifest. That shouldn't be but they ain't gonna do that.
He said they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do is release the manifest, and we'll see what was on the train very easily, and where it was going. So, you know, like you said, it's a reason why they was called out there. They knew what was on there. As soon as that train derailed, that manifest was put in possession of the proper people,
right,
to make the proper decisions.
They got so many things set in place, y'all. I'm talking about they got contingency plan, backup plan in case this happened, in case this happened. They do drills on this stuff, training sessions on this stuff. Why every time when something like these things, events happen, everything that these people have set in place just for this type of thing just don't work for some reason on the day this stuff happened. All the stuff that normally would have happened on any other day didn't happen on this day. I just be bugging me out. I mean, we can go all the way back to non-Elizzy, man. We can take it all the way back to non-Elizzy. Everything set in place that day that normally would have taken place just didn't.
Right.
I mean, literally everything. Down to old Liar Silverstein not eating in a restaurant he ate in every single day since that building was put up. Y'all look into who old Larry Silverstein is. He's still alive with his old ass. You feel me? He's locked in with BlackRock too. You feel me? Old Liar Silverstein.
That was a cold little non-Elizzy was a cold little lick them niggas had, especially that nigga.
I'm talking about Larry Silverstein came up about $8 billion.
Yeah, that was a cold little lick. All he had to do was not. All he had to do was not eat at his favorite restaurant that day.
Rothschilds came up like 20 trillion.
Yeah.
Y'all, man, this
definitely
shit,
a great money grab. I mean,
it really set the tone for everything that's happening right now. That's like the catalyst. And I want y'all to understand this though. The rest of the essence to everybody who lost their life, man, listen, because I know we all remember where we was at the day this stuff happened, man, especially our age. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about 9/11 was the absolute catalyst event that sparked everything that's happening to this date today. You hear me?
A lot of shit changed.
And here we is with this right here. I'm telling y'all, they got Con Plan 88 in place. Specifically, especially, I'm talking about they got special forces training in this. They got the Army, the Navy, every branch of the military has a Con Plan 88 that they have structured to what they are in the military. I'm telling y'all this, man. They are prepared for this. They do drills on this and they design them as interacting with the community, making it fun, Halloween fun stuff or whatever. But they are actually doing live action training on how they're going to respond in the event of such a thing happening due to a whole bunch of things, a chemical spill, a pathogen, a disease outbreak. I keep telling y'all, it's different ways that you can become zombified.
And they know how to do that shit.
And think about the TV show The Last of Us, y'all. The cordyceps, the fungus in the food supply.
Yeah. That's probably the easiest way.
Right? The fungus was in the food supply.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell y'all something about cordyceps, right? They cannot survive in alkaline environments. The cordyceps is the family of fungus in the series The Last of Us that infected humans through the food supply, because they are parasites, a hybrid species of fungus and parasites, right? Fungal parasites, right? Cordyceps. And when these cordyceps, they invade insects and small rodents in the forest, in the wilderness, right? And when they invade them, they consume them from the inside out, and in the process of doing that, they take over the motor functions of the host as well as the cognitive functions of the host. And when they completely take over the host, what you'll see is they completely have like little sprouts, mushrooms coming out of them and everything. You can look this up on YouTube, look it up on Google, right? And also as a result of that, what these cordyceps will do until full consumption from the inside out, that will guide the host animal or whatever it is, insect, to more of its kind. So the spores off of that can jump into them and spread the cordyceps, right? So notice I said cordyceps cannot survive in alkaline environments. Now think about our food supply and what we eat, our diet. And think about what Dr. Sebi was telling us. Man. Yeah. This new dude, dark-skinned young brother, I can't remember what his name is, man. He doing the same thing, though. And this is why I'm telling y'all, I'm going to do a stream on neuroparasitology. Exactly, Lance Parker. It ain't no mystery. Brownie, baby, what's good with your sexy, beautiful girl? What's good with your Brownie? Hear me? You know, we up here just dropping these gems and jewels on this Tuesday night. Me and my brethren King Els. Listen, tap that like button. Smash that like button. Click on the bell. Subscribe to the page. Share your social engineering. I got my brother King Els in the building. It's time to roll up another one. Goddamn it. Tuesday night. Let me go. Hold on. El, talk to him. I'm going to give me another brew real quick, man.
Hey, y'all. Hey, this is some wild shit out here going on.
No, now we're going to drop the gems, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and the whole thing, we just got, look at all, like you said, when you look at all that red, Uncle Diggity was even talking about it. That red, especially Cali and that southern part was just kind of, because I was thinking about that too. Like the places I like to visit is in southern Cali.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So Cal is where it's at.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, shit, that's a lot of red. But we need to also see how close it is to the actual cities that we're looking at. Like even in Ohio, you know, he brought that up. And the first thing I said, same thing Uncle Diggity said. Like when we think about Ohio, I know if you ain't ever been to Ohio, a lot of y'all think, oh, it's a lot of farmer towns. And yes, it is.
And it is. It is.
A lot of farm areas.
It is.
But we do got the cities, the big cities that you always want to hear. Columbus, Cleveland, and Cincinnati.
All right. Toledo.
And, Toledo, Glass City, Dayton, DYT,
Gem City.
Yeah, but
we also got Zanesville, Newark.
Yeah, Zanesville, Newark. These are small.
Worcester, Canton, Akron,
Pro Football
Youngstown.
Hall of Fame.
You feel me?
We got some joints out here.
All little type of towns.
It's a bunch of little joints.
All type of little towns out here.
But then when we look at this map, like actually Columbus, like I don't see too much green except for
Columbus is right here. We right here, man. Right where this is all. This is that. This is a lot of red, man. If I was to blow this up, it's. I'm telling you,
that's
man.
what I'm saying. It's hard to kind of see the actual cities until we really.
But even when you see the actual cities, though. But even when you do, though, you got to think about this, though. Like, let's say in this area right here, this is Ohio, this is right here, this is in Cincinnati and stuff is like right here. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the 71 is going up right through here, right there. So look at that corridor right there.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? But look at this right here. Look at that whole line
it's definitely
right there.
Right where our city would be. That
you know what I'm saying?
Is kind of where,
you
that's what I would think. But that's, like I said, it's also hard to see.
Yeah, but
it's hard to see because I don't really see any green in Ohio.
Right.
Except for the top.
Now look at where Cleveland is at.
Top eastern
you
part.
Feel me?
Yeah, up there. I mean, Cleveland got green up there.
It's mostly yellow over there too. Yeah. You feel me?
But
it's few green spots. I'm in here looking at the shit on my TV so I can kind of see it better.
Right.
It's very few green spots sprawl through that shit.
That's my whole point, Uncle Diggity.
Yeah.
I'm glad you was able to blow it up on your TV and see it big like that so y'all can get an idea of what I'm trying to show y'all. Like, man, the whole point of what I'm telling y'all is very few green spots where we supposed to be at. What my man Flytown just say, man.
You gonna be like,
no, it's not Chicago. I just sit up there and stare around. Y'all will be getting the hell up out of Chicago. If you just tapped in, baby. Earlier we said if I just literally said if y'all to play it back, I said if I was in Chicago, I would be leaving I would not be living in Chicago. I would leave. I would leave Chicago. Get up through. I would not be there.
It's already wild out there.
What my man Flytown say, who just broadened their reach on what they can come take over for one being environment design. Exactly. The World Health is all involved with this stuff, man. They're all in on the World Health, all that. The UN, they're all in cahoots with this. The IMF, the International Monetary Fund, the United Nations, man. You hear me? BlackRock at the top of the pinnacle. You hear me? I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all think of the umbrella corporation from Resident Evil, man. That's BlackRock. Man. You hear me? That's BlackRock. Get out of Chicago now. They passed the Safety Act. Don't y'all understand what that is? Don't make light of it, man. That is basically purging, man. Yeah. They're about to start letting them niggas out. It's already overcrowded.
Man, it's gonna be like the Wild Wild West out now.
Now look at Chicago on this map. Y'all see Chicago on this map? Chicago is right there. This whole area right here.
But it is green here.
So what does that? So what y'all? Now this is what I'm saying. Use y'all critical thinking.
So what they gonna do is.
So what's y'all? Since they leaving Chicago wide open like that.
Think about it.
What is Chicago? Chicago is definitely planned to be a place where there's going to be heavily monitored for sure. It's going to be a smart city region. It's going to be a mega city.
So guess who's the first to go?
You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, you got to think. Yeah, you got to think about it. In Chicago, it's going to be the first to go.
Now look at it's completely done, surrounded by a red fringe from the south, sparsely throughout here.
It's going to go to the highest.
It spreads out a little bit here, going up into Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Or should I say Minnesota? You feel me? Minnesota is open up this way. This could be possibly a possible mega region right here. Y'all see how it's opened up right there? It's very few red, but outlined by red, like around the perimeter. Mostly a lot of green and yellow, bits of red sparse throughout it. This possibly could be a mega region. There's water right there. You feel me? The urban growth boundaries, man. Brownie said they was barely locking niggas up in Chicago, huh? Niggas catching bodies getting let go at the scene, huh? God damn, man. Oh my God. Get out of Chicago. If you can afford to, you get your ass out of Chicago right goddamn now. It's gonna be dangerous living in a city like Chicago, boy. You hear me?
Yeah, that Safety Act was
the Wild Wild West. You hear me, man?
I never seen no shit rolled up like that.
That's crazy, right? Second degree murder.
Yeah.
Sexual violation. Goddamn it, arson. She said, I'm on the safer side. I know that's right. Shit, man. You gotta think about it, man. You watch series like The Walking Dead and shit like that. It popped off in cities like Chicago.
Yeah.
You feel me? Not necessarily in Chicago, but cities, largely populated cities like Chicago.
Yeah, because that's the easiest way if they do want to do like a pathogen type joint or however they want to spread it, you want to hit those big cities first. And unfortunately, I am in Columbus and they would hit us first if they wanted to hit. Well, they would probably hit us second. I think they would hit Cleveland first.
Yeah, Cleveland probably first because it's up there by that old water.
And then they might hit Cincinnati next because they would connect to Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky and Indiana. That's a whole little area down there. That whole Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana region right there in the corner right there. That's a huge. That probably might be.
That might be the first.
Yeah, let's look at it on the map. That might be a mega region. Yeah. That might be a mega region.
Because Cincinnati's connected to
not really. It's kind of surrounded in red right there.
But that's the river, though.
It's real separated too.
But that's the river, though. Is that the river that's red?
Yeah, no, this is the river is red right here, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say you can't put a nigga in the river, so the river.
So this is, but listen though, this is the Ohio River right here, right?
Yeah. So
this is Cincinnati. This whole region, Cincinnati, Kentucky, Indiana, that whole region. This is it right here.
But I think that's only the rivers that's red.
Nah, it's those red areas back right there is red. This area right here is red.
But it's a lot of open spots
you know
too. Though.
Yeah, but
look at how it go down right
yeah,
there.
but listen,
right
what I'm saying,
there,
the yellow spots though is think about when y'all see these yellow spots. These is like regulated use. So it's not like where you like people. You gonna see people like congregating, hanging out. It's like this when you think about this area, it's like on your way to work. You feel me? You might work in these areas. And then these red zones is for like people who are only like certified to work in these areas. Like, you know what I mean? Like you gotta be, you know what I mean? Like in the straight red zone where it's little to no human use at all, you gotta probably like be working for like the government or something like that. You know what I mean? And the whole thing that I want everybody to tell me, this might, and see, listen, y'all, look at this area right here. Notice this area right here where the most green is at, right? This Midwest area right here. Y'all see that from like with Wisconsin and, you know what I'm saying, Minnesota and all that shit, Iowa and all that shit. Notice this is where the NAFTA superhighway is at. Look at Texas, right? Notice this is where remember I showed y'all the map of the NAFTA superhighway? You remember that, Uncle Diggity?
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember, now look, see how it starts from Texas and it's going up all through here. See how it's green? That's where the NAFTA superhighway is planned to be. That whole area. Remember I showed y'all the NAFTA superhighway map connecting Canada, America, and Mexico? That's the buffer zone right there. You hear me? The NAFTA superhighway start all the way up there to Texas, go all the way up through here. They building that shit right now in front of our face, man. They've been doing that shit for like damn 20 years too. That shit.
So is Canada planning this for Canadians too? Because Canada has always kind of stood alone from what America does and shit.
Yeah,
but now that they connected Mexico and Canada to America, do they have a layout like this or whatever?
I'm pretty sure they do. I haven't seen it, but I know they do got hella climate action resilient plans for all over Canada. I do know that. The UN is all through the Canadian government. You hear me? This ain't just planned for America. This is planned for the whole world. The whole world. But going down and starting off sparking in America. You hear me? As we speak. You feel me? Yeah, man. This thing going on out here in our state of Ohio, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. This shit getting kind of spooky, man. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you, man. You know, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. Like we're 3 train derailments in less than 30 days, man. Like 45 days.
This is where all the scary movies normally start out.
Like, man, like shit, man. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like, man, I don't know how, you know. I mean, I ain't like paranoid or nothing. I'm like, God damn, you feel me? Like, I know that's not a coincidence, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they are, Lance Parker. You know what I'm saying? And remember I showed you that map of the Ohio River Basin.
Hey.
You feel me? The Ohio River Basin is like the main river basin. It's literally what connects the East Coast to the rest of the world, man.
And they just passed that law in Ohio where you can't have no clips more than 30 rounds.
Now, that was random. Random. Not really though, considering the topic of the show. It's not really though.
My fault, y'all. I be thinking.
No, that's not really random though, because you know, consider what we talking about. That's not really random.
Because they making niggas, if you got anything over 30 round clips in Ohio, you gotta go turn that shit in.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You cannot, if you get busted having anything over a 30 round clip.
LaQuay, baby, what's up? Hold on.
Hit you.
When they do that?
That shit just passed like last week.
Oh yeah?
30 round clip or more.
Damn.
And I ain't gonna lie, because I like the little 100 round joints. Like they have the Tommy gun attachments for some of the joints. Like
this, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Like yeah, I mean, but now we looking at it like, damn, it could be some shit. Like, hey, you don't want to
here, man. Hey, one thing for sure, man. Y'all know over here, like I always say, we don't do fear porn over here, man.
Nah. Because it ain't that scary in Ohio.
We don't want you guys to be all panicky and stuff. We putting y'all up on game, man. You know, definitely, you know, I'm not telling you, it's well within my right to tell you to prepare yourself as best as you possibly can and how you see fit. I definitely am, I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just take that into consideration, man. Now, listen, under all these contingency plans, man, you know, this is why if you look at all the city ordinances is being passed and all these zoning laws being passed, is making to where we can't grow food in our backyard. We can't collect our rainwater.
Yeah, that's some wild shit too.
We're not allowed to have generators in some areas outside of our house.
Yeah.
They getting real funny about the property line between the house and then, I'm telling y'all, man, they setting up the smart grid right in our face. Y'all look through y'all cities and y'all see these areas just going under this huge street traffic construction just out of the blue. They're just in the hood, Hudson. Just out of the blue, just the whole Hudson from 71 to Cleveland Avenue, just under construction. It's under construction. Pay attention to the white electrical trucks you see sprawled up and down the streets when you see this construction. Just like during the pandemic, when they was downtown and down in the Lower East area over here in the King Arts Complex area and over here in the Lower East Side where motherfucking Blackburn and all that at. You hear me? Yeah, man.
And right now they're doing like a lot of construction off the highways, like where you enter on the highway, right off of the side.
Yeah.
Like, you notice that?
Yes.
Like right there, right here. I mean, shit, every freeway out here, out east, they're doing construction right there on the exit.
Right.
Right there off of between Bryce and Bryce and Hamilton right here. If you coming down 70 East, then if you hit the left, like right here, if you getting on right to come out this way,
yeah.
If you hit that 270 loop right there, they right there, and I'm like, well, where the fuck are y'all? There's nothing right there. Are y'all gonna build? Like, is something going right there?
Right.
There's nothing to build there. It's a loop. Like, it's literally you getting on the freeway to loop, and like as you're getting on the freeway, that loop, there's just a little plot of land in between the freeway loops, y'all. They're there. And it's like that in a couple of spots I've been noticing coming down the highway. Like just going out east. All I really come from downtown going to the east side. And I see that on 4 loops.
Right.
They had the whole bridge on James Road. I mean on what is that? James Road. They had the whole bridge shut off the other day. You couldn't even get off that exit or nothing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the east side, they doing a lot of construction on this east side.
I'm telling you, y'all pay
and funny
attention.
spots that don't make no sense.
Pay attention in y'all cities to this construction, man. Matter of fact, since we seen here talking about it, since we seen here talking about it, I might as well go ahead, sit up there and pull it on up. You know what I'm talking about?
Because I'm like, why the fuck would you make anything like, why are y'all even over there? Like, you're not extending the freeway, you're not extending anything. There's nothing to even do right there. So shit makes 0 sense. These motherfuckers just be doing. Yeah, that's that. That's exactly where you look. Where the green was is right there. Yep, going straight there. That's exactly where the little green, kind of like where all the green line was. That's wild.
You know, we can't sit up here and deny what's right in our face, man. You feel me? We can't continue to deny what's right in our face, man. Exactly, OG. Now, mind you, y'all, right? Mind you, what's going on with the way they're redesigning the freeways. Pay attention. They're redesigning them to be driven upon by autonomous vehicles. Now, if you notice in these regions on the highway system, this is not only going on in Columbus, Ohio, this is going on all in this area right here. If you travel and pay attention, you notice the huge amount of construction that's going on in this region specifically. And as you look at this map, you can see what they're doing. All other freeways is going to branch off of this. They're at the same time building a huge below and above ground railing system. This is why they desensitizing us with movies like The Hunger Games. Right? Think about in The Hunger Games, when they traveled from their districts to the capital, they went on high-speed above-ground trains. This was a system that connected all the districts to each other and to the various capitals. Huh? I'm telling you, they're not showing us this stuff for no reason, man. You feel me? It's a reason why they're showing us this stuff, man. Now, this map is very interesting, man.
And it's right along that where all the little green dots.
Now, just think about the map I just showed y'all of the Wildlands project, where, you know, where you see the green at, and you see this highway starting right here in Mexico, branching off all that. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all see how this is going to be like the main artery? Just mention how many lanes that joint going to be. Listen. All this area where you see this outline of this yellow at. Look how connected Canada. Winnipeg, Calgary, Vancouver, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Duluth. All that shit. Montreal, all that shit. Now, mind you, just like Lance Parker said, 90% of Canada lives right here in this buffer zone right here where you see the yellow at.
Yeah, it get cold as fuck if you go any higher.
You know what I'm talking about? They don't live no higher than that. You know what I'm saying? And this was something right here. This is the, you know what I'm saying? This is something that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all homeboy Bill Clinton and his chick Hillary cooked up with their homeboys, you know what I'm saying, through the NAFTA. You know, y'all know it was the Clinton administration that brought the NAFTA in, right? The North American Free Trade Association. You know, they the ones that ushered that in, right? The Clinton administration. Did y'all know that? Mm-hmm. The Clinton administration is the ones who ushered in the North Atlantic Free Trade Association. You feel me? NAFTA, right? Now, free trade ended up turning into, you know what I'm saying, the stock market crashing in 2008, right? Free trade, you feel me? People been able to do the insider lending and doing all the scams with the derivatives and the ghost bonds and ghost, you know what I'm saying, accounts that you can funnel money through and all type of this lascivious, scandalous stuff going on in the financial, you know what I'm saying, industry.
Credit that they have.
Giving credit they have no business credit, intentionally making people poor. Do y'all see? Yeah. Y'all see the trick bag that's been going on for the past 30 years?
Exactly.
I've been telling people with these FHA loans, man. I'm sitting here telling y'all
want to do the credit social system, the credit system.
Yeah.
But then y'all fucked everybody up in the 2008, but y'all didn't reset nobody's credit.
Right.
And y'all gave them predatory loans. And didn't take, y'all took accountability for at least rewriting the laws. I will say that. Now that shit can't. That's why a lot of people say recession is recession that. Look, the prices may go up, but the recession ain't gonna be like 2008. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah, it's gonna be way worse.
I don't think so. I don't think on the end there, I think it could be worse as far as the way the inflation can go, but as far as us, we have way too much access to the information. Back then, our parents didn't really know about the internet. So those loans they was getting for homes and cars, they thought them shits was good because they just was trying to get some shit. And if somebody tell you, oh, you can get the house that you want, you know, at that moment, they gonna go get it.
Right.
Knowing they couldn't pay for it. And they didn't know that the interest rates was gonna go up. All that shit.
This is the trick bag right here, though.
Yeah,
y'all. And this is what I be telling y'all, man. And people be, I'm not.
Do you think they could do that now, though? I don't think they could do it with the laws in place. With the mortgage industry, I don't think they could do it.
Whatever they want to do, man. At any time they want, they can completely shut everything down right
now.
Nah,
they could do that. Nah, that's something more for like.
But listen to what I'm saying. This is where the trick bag is, man. Right? See, and this is why y'all know the housing market is just getting depleting worse year after year after year. It's not getting better. It's not improving at all. It's getting worse exponentially year after year after year, especially after 2008. And it's designed to do that. Listen, they bringing in the smart. Listen, y'all be telling. They're bringing in the smart grid, y'all. Right, and what they not telling everybody is that the smart grid is being built right in our faces. Don't y'all understand when they bring this system online? They plan on doing this by 2030. Hence, UN Agenda 2030. Right? Listen. Do you understand if your home that you think you own is not up to code? Do you understand if your home is not able to be synced and linked to the smart grid, that is going to be deeming your house unsustainable? Y'all better look into this stuff, man. I'm not telling y'all no bullshit, man. Look into the climate action and resilient plans. You hear me? If your house is deemed unsustainable for various reasons, it could be deemed unsustainable. Lead-based painting, stone-based structure, stone cement foundation, copper wiring, electric wiring in your house, vinyl siding. You hear me? All the things that are not conducive for the transmission of 5G, 6G, 7G frequencies, which the smart grid operates off of. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, they're not telling us. That's what they ain't telling us, tricking us into buying these houses. They did it with the predatory loans by giving poor people the houses, just, you know what I'm saying, to be able to take over the land and be able to do all this development they've been doing. We seeing all these little nice areas. We see it popping up in our cities and stuff, Easton and Polaris and all these nice areas over here in Granville and all this stuff. They got in New Albany and all that stuff. Right?
Many cities.
You hear me? You know what I'm talking about?
Many cities inside.
I know that's not just happening here in Columbus, man.
Right.
You feel me? I seen it in DC and I seen it in Philly when I was in Philly. You hear me? You know what I'm talking about? So UN Agenda 2030, man. The smart grid is here, man. I don't be saying that shit just to be like saying no slick shit, man. I'm gonna say this for a long time, man. And just to see it happening like how it is at the speed it is, it's like, wow.
Yes,
you feel me? It's like, wow. I'm just waiting to see when I said I'm waiting to see the robot police, they got the dogs already. They already in use. So what's next?
Yeah, they got the robots downtown right now.
Man, listen, man.
You seen they got them downtown.
No, I didn't see them downtown. You mean like literally downtown?
They got the robots downtown, bro.
The dogs?
No, not the dogs, but the little joints, like the little joint, right? They like about this big or whatever.
Like downtown, where though? Downtown?
Like on High Street.
I ain't never seen them. I seen them on campus.
They in the brewery district.
I didn't see
near
them there.
Campus. Yeah, near that campus area. They literally.
So I seen them on campus. They deliver food and shit like that.
So now they got the little police, and it got the camera so it can watch the whole scene.
Man, I'm telling y'all better listen to what I'm sitting up here trying to. I'm telling y'all, the smart grid is here. Fuck coming.
Yeah, them shits is already here on High Street.
You know what I'm talking? And all of this stuff is all wrapped up into that. This whole thing with this drug, zombies, and all of that stuff. You know, don't you know if it was a zombie apocalypse outbreak, don't you know that would be a reason and an excuse to implement, let's say, martial law and lock down under the contingency plans they already got in place. They got the whole map set up, lock people into the smart cities, urban growth boundaries that are going to be already closed off. So one thing I want y'all to take away from that wildlands map is that that means that America's population is going to be significantly what?
Oh yeah, that shit going to diminish quickly.
It's going to significantly reduce.
Yeah.
It's what? Let's just round it up. It's roughly 400 million people live in this country. Roughly, and it's not 400 million, mind you. We rounding it up. It's like 370. Let's just say 400 million. Right? 400 million. You know what I mean? That's really not a lot of people if you think about it in a land area this big, seeing as how a land area the size of China got 1+ billion people in it. You feel me? Yeah. Humans is all sprawled across America, and concentrated, you know, on the coast. You know what I'm saying? On the coast, you know what I'm saying? Coast, right? Some areas in between. Most of the cities that are reaching their millions in America are along the coast. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here trying to tell y'all, man, y'all better inform yourself of something. Uncle Diggity, what's good, man? You over there just in the cut chilling, bro?
Yeah. To add color to what you're saying, bro, I've seen a report recently that says Mexico as a whole is only at a 20% population.
Mm.
So they being allowed to come into this country. I mean, they keep playing it like,
it's an immigration problem.
Yeah, they crossing the border and shit like that. But I saw that I forgot where, I just saw that report like in passing or some shit on the news or somewhere. But they said Mexico is at 20% as far as the population goes for the whole country. So we looking at this map, they showed it. It's where the area where it says Saltillo and Guadalajara, in between them two areas, I think is where it's most populated. And then obviously you have the Tijuana run up there, the little tourist shit that niggas need to stay the fuck away from. But yeah, it's already at 20%. So all of the Mexicans that y'all are probably starting to see within the last couple years and shit.
These areas right here, these light blue areas down here in Mexico.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, between them two right there is where it's more heavily populated at. That green strip between Saltillo and Guadalajara. Yeah. The rest of that shit, they treated it like it was empty over there. The edge of it, all of that shit, they treated it like ain't nobody there.
So pay attention to what my homie Red said. When you start seeing cartas, you start seeing tire shops, Mexican spots where they, like I went today and got my food for Taco Tuesday. I got some quesadillas, and I went around the cut to got the little Mexican spot that's like a little arcade, and they got the little food in there, snacks and stuff that Mexicans on the Mexican side.
Where's you at?
Right here on Cleveland and Atrium, right before you get to Shark Road on the north side going into Westerville.
Oh, they got some. Hey, they got a bunch of dope spots off of Cleveland.
I'm talking about this would be a nice spot to take your kids. They'll love it. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? They can go there and get some nice little Mexican treats. Like it's like if you was in Mexico and you went to like the skating rink or something, like type situation. You know, or I could compare it to going to like you know what I'm saying, like going to like to the skating rink or going to like Magic Mountain or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But minus all the extra golf and all that stuff, just like the concession area though. They got a little arcade in there and everything. I went in there, I got me a scoop of goddamn it, raspberry cheesecake ice cream.
I know that was fire. They definitely
I got the rest of
my
rest of my quesadilla upstairs with the rice and beans. I'm gonna smash that when we get done. You hear me? Bless it.
Yeah,
I did everything, you know what I'm saying? Get my flu vlog thing going, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Mexican food.
I'll tap in one with me, y'all. But yeah, though, this is crazy though, right?
Yeah,
you hear me? And I just be wanting y'all to just, you know what I'm saying, use your that's picture crazy, right? It's blowing your mind. I want y'all to use y'all's over in or out of extra standing, man. You feel me? Yeah, Baja. That's what that area is called. Right there where the little peninsula is at, that Baja. Uncle Diggity.
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking tacos when he said Baja. I was about to add. That's what I was about to ask Uncle Diggity. I know y'all got some dope ass tacos out there.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
We
you
do.
fuck with the quesadilla.
I fuck with it all, bro, except the weird shit, the cow tongue and all that other weird shit. I don't fuck with that.
Y'all do the beef. Hold on. Y'all ain't never got the beef tongue tacos.
No.
No, I don't fool with that, bro.
Y'all like steak tacos?
I fuck with carne asada, good, man.
I do the carne asada joints. All right. Next time you go to the taco truck, at least go to a good spot, but just try one. Just mix it up.
Hell no, man. Fucking.
Hey, Uncle Diggity, mix it up once and then come back and then talk to me. And I put money. If you don't like it, I'll send you your money back for that taco.
It probably is good, bro. But just the whole concept, man. I don't think I'm not a tongue eater, my nigga. That shit is fucking.
That shit is better than the steak tacos. If you like the carne asada, those is way better.
I'll never try fucking balls and tongue and brain.
Pause.
No, yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. I'll never try that. Just I don't give a fuck how much of a
all that crazy
how much of a delicacy it is or how tender the meat is. Pause. But
I'm good, man.
I'm cool.
Tongues and all that shit.
It's just the concept of it.
My Mexican friends that like their mom used to cook them. And I ain't gonna lie, I ain't know shit about the
I
shit.
remember the first time I seen one of them drinks, I was like, man, hell no, I don't want none of that shit.
I never seen it. See, I never seen it.
I had that shit look wild. Like literally.
I mean, shit, all meat look wild though. But I ain't gonna lie, I tried it and the shit was phenomenal. And I'm
pretty sure that shit probably slapped though. I'm just good, man.
I didn't know. I was like, shit, I was normally
the birria though, the quesadilla.
Nah, those is fire too. So you gotta go to the right spots to get those.
I went to I went to where probably the best quesadilla in Columbus is today.
There's some good spots out here.
I've been to a few of them.
We got a lot of Mexicans out
We
here
do.
too, Uncle Diggity.
A lot. This is what I noticed though, Uncle Diggity, out here in Columbus. A lot of the Mexican spots do not do birria.
Nah.
It's birria is old to them, but it's new to American culture. They
I
finally
see why they don't do it though, because that shit takes forever.
yeah.
Take a lot
But if your spot is popping though, they do it. Every spot out here don't do it, but if your spot popping, they will.
The one I went to
start doing
today,
that shit.
slap it. It's constant, nonstop busy in there. A lot of people probably ain't even hip to it, but I'm saying this is a little Mexican spot called Dolce Vita. You know what I'm saying? Dolce Vita is like a little arcade. They got little Mexicans. That shit was sweet. It'd be a nice place to take your kids.
Something you should know about them motherfuckers. One of the Mexican homies taught me when dealing with them restaurants and shit. So when you see cantina or grill or shit like that on the name of the place,
right?
It's the bougie shit. It's damn near the fake shit, but it's gonna be the bougie shit.
Right.
When you see taqueria, TAQUERIA, when you see that,
taqueria.
That's those are the little pipe.
Listen, Uncle Dave, I went to Taqueria, Guadalajara today.
Yeah, those are the real those are the authentic joints. Those are the authentic cheap joints where you get hella tacos and shit like that for cheap, or you get the good food for cheap. You know what I mean?
I got 3 big dumbass birria tacos with some rice and beans. Rice and beans for like $19, man. Yeah. You hear me?
The little sauce to dip it in.
The consomme. I'm talking about the goddamn shell tastes like a goddamn corn chip. It's so crispy.
Oh man, that's when they cook it beautifully.
Oh my God.
And that's what I'm saying. You got to go to the right spots to get those.
It's very few that do the birria though, but like I said, I see why, because it's a process to it. Making that birria, it's like a 6 to 8 hour process making that shit, man.
I can only eat that shit once every 2-3 months.
Slaps though.
It does.
But when like Uncle Diggity said, when it slaps though, they do it, and I'm telling you, it's constantly on their menu. They have it on their menu every single day. You feel me? And it's busy. I'm talking about, you go up in there, there's Mexican niggas in there coming off of work. They got the cowboy hats on. They got their construction gear on and shit. They coming in there, whole table full of Mexican niggas. They look at you crazy when you come up in there and stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But, they all good. They ain't tripping, though.
Nah, they love it, though. I love going, I'll be done 90% of the time.
But I'm starting to see Uncle Diggity. You hear me, bro? I know you took your mic off. You about to say something. Listen.
No, I'm here.
Hey, the sister, what you were been telling me, I'm telling you. I'm starting to see it. Especially up north. Up north and out west.
Out west. I was about
you
to
hear
say
me?
out west too.
Out west, like Georgesville Road, where the casino was at.
They own a lot of that shit.
And then up north, where I was at, like Minerva Park area, going into Westerville, right over there. Man, it's hella Mexican. That whole strip on Atrium in Cleveland is all Mexicans, and it's a Mexican. It's two actually African market and an African restaurant right here, and then the all rest is all Mexican spots.
And shit, that whole west
Realty
side
spot, Mexican realty spot right there. Then you got the Taqueria, Guadalajara. Then you got a flower shop right here. Then you got a shop, all in the hood. Just when they making their footprint in the hood.
Right
when they got the fucking Western Union spot where you come and make transactions and shit. That's when they making their stamp in there. Then around the corner from that was the Dolce Vita spot I went to and got some that good ass blackberry, raspberry cheesecake ice cream, man. Listen here, dog. The blackberry, raspberry mixture cheesecake ice cream.
That sounds crazy.
That shit was real, man. You hear me? I'm gonna take Jen up there on her birthday on Friday. My daughter be 14 on Friday, y'all. I'm gonna take her up there to get some ice cream for her birthday because her mom got a whole situation planned out for her and all that stuff.
14.
So yeah, man, it don't even seem like it, do it, man.
Nah, that's fast.
My daughter about to be 14, man. I feel old, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. But my baby girl about to be 14. She a good. I'm proud of her. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take her to get some ice cream on her birthday before her mom go take her. But they got planned out and all that stuff, man. I'm gonna see if I can that's probably go to some stuff called Other World or something like that. I'm gonna see if I can give me a ticket tomorrow.
Oh, that's right here for Vice Road.
Yeah,
that's doing nice.
I'm gonna go see if I can give me a ticket, squeeze in, and go up there and work. And she said she wanted me to go. But yeah, my daughter be 14. You know what I'm talking about? It's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm talking about? Stay involved as much as you can in your children's life, man. Especially you got a little girl there, man.
Definitely.
Man.
You feel me? So yeah, man. Man, listen, y'all, man. Just go out there and do y'all research into this stuff, man. Because I'm telling y'all right now, man. You know, he said, "Beery is time consuming." Oh yeah, it is. Listen, I'm talking about. Listen, I know I've done it before. It takes 6 to 8 hours, man. Minimum of 6. You gotta go get all the right stuff. But luckily, we got a lot of La Mitchell Quantas in Columbus. We got like 4 or 5 of them joints. So, you know what I'm saying? We could. That's how you know they coming in too, man. When they got numerous La Mitchell Quanta markets, man. I'm talking about, and them's actually good places to go grocery shopping, and they take ABT.
Yeah.
You hear me? I'm talking about they got great produce at the La Mitchell Quanta markets around the city. You hear me?
Hey man, y'all better get.
But they got literally everything you can get to make a birria. They got it at La Mitchell Quanta. All the dry peppers you need, all the seasons you need, everything you need, even if you need a goddamn crock pot.
Yeah.
All that shit up there for you, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I was spoiled because the first birria taco I had was an oxtail.
Ooh, that's the best one. That's what Chef Hero be doing.
That's exactly what I said. That's what I got it from. Chef Hero.
I'm gonna get in contact with my homie Chef Hero, see if I can get him on the show, man. He a cool ass dude too, man.
Yeah.
Talking about this African nigga, he do the blend with the.
Man, so look though, I'm guilty of loving Mexican food, just like you niggas. So let me just go on and spoil it for the 3 of us together.
Here we go.
Let me go on and spoil it, man. Let me go on and give y'all niggas the foresight and shit, because this is how we get caught up and shit.
Yeah.
So in retrospect, man, we love Mexican food and the taste of it and everything, and we spend our money on that shit, and that shit is responsible for ciphering out our black dollar as well. And we're basically funding some people that as a whole don't give a fuck about us. They show us on different occasions or every day, depending on where you are and however they show it to you, but we still run our black asses over there, fall in love with birria tacos and you know all of the shit, man. We funding our enemy once again and shit. Yeah, I mean, not to, you know, just to put the spin on it. Like I said, I'm guilty as y'all niggas because I love Mexican food, and sometimes I try to restrain myself from pulling up on that shit, but you know, that shit just be calling me, man. Them shits just be calling me, man. I mean,
Birria is all the way on the north side, y'all. Do y'all understand? I had to travel all the way from basically Reynoldsburg to Westerville to get them tacos, man.
Yeah, that's a long drive.
But it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
Man, nigga pull up for some good Mexican food though, man. That's what's fucked up. Like nigga will pull up, nigga will drive for that.
It's another dope Mexican spot right down the street though, but they ain't got the birria.
Yeah, New Mexico don't do
New Mexico probably is the best.
Traditional.
That's probably like the best traditional Mexican restaurant in the city, man.
Yeah, they got everything you need. I was just there last Thursday.
Except Birria.
Except for Birria.
And when I asked her later, I said, why don't you do the Birria? She looked at me, she said, oh, man.
Because they want their shit, they want you in and out that motherfucker.
Yeah,
that shit be stacked in there.
They be jumping in New Mexico.
They want you
especially
in and out that
tonight,
motherfucker.
jumping. If we was to go to New Mexico right now, it's jumping.
That's my spot. I ain't gonna lie.
Food is awesome. If y'all was ever come to Columbus and fuck with me and say I want some Mexico, that's what I'll take you.
Yeah, we could walk there from here.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, it ain't that far. Nah, Uncle Daddy, I get exactly what you say, but you got to think about it. Think about the Mexican and the Chinese. And what they did was they brought a great product and dropped the price on the food. Think about it. It costs more to go to a fast food spot than it costs you to even go sit down at a Mexican or a Chinese spot. You could go sit down, have a great meal at a Mexican Chinese spot, and you could go to a drive-thru and damn near spend more money or just about the same amount that you would go if you went to sit down and had a good meal at a Chinese or Mexican spot.
The buffet is only like $11. You can go to the Asian buffet right here on Bryce Road and go get it in. Me and G used to always go up there
for a couple hours. We here chilling.
$11.99 or all you can eat.
I got the flask. I'm getting bent in that motherfucker with the pin.
So yeah, man.
Hey, you already know what it is.
Well, man, that's part he said. He said get Mexican and Asian recipe cookbook. He said get a cookbook.
Right.
Yeah.
It just don't come out the same.
You know what I'm saying, Lance Parker? That's why I say y'all Mexican, Asian dude people, man. We rock with y'all. We love y'all's food,
y'all should love us.
We support y'all. The best way to get to know somebody is through a culture is through their food.
I know we got a lot of buying power.
The best way to get to know another culture, man. And we eat Mexican and Asian food, man.
Yeah, maybe once a week we might hit both.
Y'all almost fried chicken as good as we do, man. I dare say y'all probably coming up, man.
Some of the Korean spots, though,
they know what they doing with the fried birds.
That Korean double fried chicken, they cheating, bro. It's cheating, nigga.
Slapping.
How you gonna double fry some shit?
Double fry?
I get the double fry, bro.
The double fry. What y'all know about the double fried Korean?
Bro, we probably wouldn't even eat they shit, bro, if we had our own shit, because they got their own shit and they don't eat our shit. We to be perfectly honest, man, is the economic thing, man, is where I'm at with it and shit.
Niggas,
I get what you saying.
Niggas you don't be seeing too many.
I hit the nigga spots up too, though.
Yeah.
I still hit the.
I mean, if you got them, if you around them, hit them motherfuckers, man. If you got some around you, definitely hit them motherfuckers. But we should be celebrating our own shit and falling in love with our own shit, man. We all love a good taco and shit. But you know.
It's a lot of black owned establishments that went out of business during the pandemic though, man.
Yeah.
Buckeye Crazy went out of business.
Yeah.
I was sorry Buckeye Crazy went out of business, man. That food was slapping in there, man. I used to work there too for a little bit too. My nigga Mike and my nigga
Fuckers right here. They had a dope ass special.
I'm talking about food used to slap up there, Buckeye Crazy, man. I'm telling you, that food was good.
And then Grippo wings was that shit.
We had the Grippo wings.
Hold up. Do y'all got Grippos in y'all?
No, they ain't got Grippos out there, man.
Hey, my homie.
Hold on, stop. Hold on. Put a one in the chat if y'all got Grippos potato chips from where y'all from.
And you would know, yeah.
Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up on the screen for y'all real quick.
It's like one of the best chips. You know what I mean?
I want a bag of Grippos right now since you said that shit, man.
Them Grippo wings was fucking legendary, yo.
You know what I'm talking about?
The only other place I had
y'all hip to the Grippos.
Them motherfuckers right there. Y'all better go online and get y'all a bag, and then y'all think
based out of Cincinnati.
Y'all love us for this.
Y'all hit to the Grippos. I'll tell you get that joint right there.
That's the
1.5 pound box. They got a 5 pound box and even the 25 pound box too.
I used to get the 5 pound box when I was out there.
Hold on, y'all. Let me switch it back real quick.
Nah. When the kids was in the house, they used
never heard of those.
Oh, bro, the kids used to run through them Grippos like water. That's why I used to cop the 5. The 5 pound used to go in the week when, like the summers when Josh would come too. Man, them kids would eat them Grippos like shit.
Y'all ain't hit to the.
And
Let me put it back on the screen for y'all. Y'all ain't
Yeah,
hit to
them
the
is
Grippos.
the best barbecue chips you ever gonna have in your life.
Y'all ain't got to the Grippos, man. That's some Ohio shit right there out of Cincinnati, man. They got the sweet Bermuda onion.
Yeah,
Tough.
Yeah.
You hear me? The salt and vinegar, the sweet onion or onion sour cream and onion or onion and chives or whatever it is they got.
You get that
blue and green and the blue, green, and silver bag.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all, man, y'all go on that
It's
website.
just a good brand of chips.
Hey, if y'all like potato chips, because I love you, man. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I love potato chips, man. You hear me? I be really trying hard to cut out the chips, and I cut back, but I love potato chips. Love potato chip, man. Grippos. You hear me? Top notch, nigga. Get you some barbecue. Get you them goddamn sweet Bermuda onion.
Yeah, them is good right there. Them two right there. The barbecue would change your life. I'm gonna just say that.
Barbecue would change your life. They got a nasty flavor of horseradish cheddar. Ew. Them the ones I don't like. The salt and vinegar ones is good. They got some classic plain ones as well. They got pork rinds, right?
Nigga, did you say horseradish cheddar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no! What the fuck? Whoa!
It's disgusting.
Somebody was high as fuck.
Somebody was high as fuck down there at Grippos, experimenting. They should just left them just cheddar because that horseradish is horrible. But
Kick that nigga off the board immediately.
The salt and vinegar joints, them barbecue joints right there.
I still think the Jones salt and vinegar was the dopest ever. The Jones, remember the Jones joints?
I always like the goddamn
the Cons.
Yeah, the Cons salt and vinegar joints.
The Cons got some fire barbecue.
Or even the Lay's joints.
Yeah.
But if y'all want some good barbecue potato chips, man,
yeah.
Order y'all some barbecue potato chips from Grippos in Cincinnati.
Too, right?
Huh?
Cons is Ohio.
I think so, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Cons, they got it though. Yeah,
right.
Those are the two, but this one is. I like these because they got that
here,
heat.
man. When I used to be out here in goddamn in Kansas City, Missouri, man, I used to order Grippos through the mail. You hear me? Now,
them joints.
Yeah, them joints slap though, man. For real, man. I tell y'all, if y'all into snacks and stuff like that, order you a pack of Grippos.
Oh yeah,
man, you gonna be like, oh my god.
I was in New York when I lived in New York. I had my mom send me.
Takes the bag of them barbecue Grippos, man, with that seasoning.
Mom, mail me.
One of these days, I'm gonna go to the store and get a bag, and I'm gonna do a little video on it so y'all can see, man. Tap in, walk with me. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Hey, the Grippos is the truth, y'all, man. But yeah, though, man, you know what I'm saying? We about to wrap it up, man. You know what I mean, man? Listen, Plan 8888, UN Agenda 2030 for global sustainability, man. They do have actual contingency plans in place in the event of a zombie apocalypse. And as we see with this drug, not so new, XYLAZINE, aka TRANQ zombie, right? The fact that they calling this drug zombie and saying it's having zombie-like effects when people, and then me knowing that they have an actual contingency plan called Plan 88, which specifically, I'm talking about specifically outlines a strategic contingency plan and put in order in the event of a zombie apocalypse or breakout. That's spooky. You hear me? And not to mention, in my state of Ohio within the past month, 3 train derailments, man. One with toxic chemicals that have probably poisoned the whole Ohio River Basin by now. And it happened 3 times. It's crazy, man. You know, I'm sitting here talking about some get out of Chicago. Maybe we should be getting the fuck out of Ohio, man.
Definitely toxic as fuck.
Yeah, bro, you think?
Like, man.
We ain't far from
Then that's the crazy part about it, because if we look back at the map, you hear me? If we look back at the map, y'all want some Grippos now, don't you? I'm telling them motherfuckers. I ain't gonna sit here hold y'all. Them motherfucking Grippos, like
Grippos is crazy. And the thing is, how we even started talking about Grippos because we talk about the motherfucking the club that served the Grippo seasoning on the wings.
Yeah, they closed in the pandemic. See how it's all connected? Right?
It was the best.
So as we see by the map, man, You feel me? Just look at that, man. You know, you gotta take stuff like that into consideration, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Yo, you got some, man. Hold on, man.
This nigga gonna make me stop and get a bag before I go home.
Oh, let me see what I'm gonna play for. Oh yeah, I'm gonna play this right here, man. Yeah, man. You know, we about to go ahead and close the show out, man. Thanks everybody for tapping in and walking with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. You hear me? So think about the show I just did last night. It kind of falls into this, you know what I'm saying? Because when I saw y'all them riots that was going on in North City in 2020, man, that's a result of all of this. All of that stuff is connected, man. You know what I'm saying? They want to have all these riots through all of the cities in America, bring down the property value in the infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? So companies like BlackRock can come through, buy all that stuff up. At the same time, bringing in all this technology and stuff, paying all these off, buying up all these little companies owned by people like Les Wexner and Smoot family and Schottenstein family and all that kind of stuff like that, you know what I mean? And then they just setting up the smart grid all around the city. They got Smart Columbus downtown. We don't know what the hell Smart Columbus got going on in that what they got going on. We don't know what they cooking up. You feel me?
Yeah, what's their timetable to make this map we looking at a reality?
This is hold on. This was projected for 2030.
Damn.
2030.
Okay, so this is what? Nothing actually physically built. This is just
yeah, this is a projected map.
It's just zoning. I mean, they just gonna start blocking shit off or blocking shit in.
Yeah, computer generated zone. This is the unintelligent artificial intelligence. But look, if you pay attention and correlate the areas on these maps and to what's actually going on in real time right now, this is where all the construction is going at. This is where all these, you know, train derailments is happening out in these areas, was messing up the land and stuff up there. You know what I'm saying? This is in regions where, you know what I'm saying, all these corporations is buying up all the land. You know what I'm saying? Buying up all the, you know what I'm saying, rural area. You know, companies like BlackRock. You know what I'm saying? Companies like, goddamn it, you know what I'm saying, my man, what's it, Warren Buffett, what's it called? Goddamn, what's his damn place? What's his company called? I always forget the name of his company, man. Fucking, nah, I'm talking about Warren Buffett, man. His holding company, man. Berkshire Hathaway. Yes.
Legendary.
Berkshire Hathaway. BlackRock, Berkshire Hathaway, your boy Ted Turner, man. He buying up hella shit too, man. The Chinese government, man. Rothschilds through AEP. I want y'all to know the Rothschild family owns AEP. And for y'all who don't know who AEP is, the American Electric Power. They own that company. The whole entire chairboard is filled with Rothschilds, man. Whole chairboard.
All this to build the damn super highway down the middle and shit. Basically, that's what they was calling it, the super highway.
Cramming us in these urban growth boundaries.
Yeah.
You know, densely populated cities, all connected to the smart grid, right? Via human brain computer interfacing, the metaverse.
Yeah.
And it's happening right here in our face.
And then metaverse.
You know, the metaverse is the next step. You feel me? That's like the, you know.
And we might have
no more cross country travel. Probably you're gonna have to do like a West America and East America type thing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to get flown. It ain't gonna be no more drive, you know, from the west to the east.
That's why they're setting up the highways. If y'all pay attention to how they is doing the construction and how the freeway system is looking, they're constructing it so they can handle autonomous vehicles. Do you understand what I'm saying when I just said that, man? Do y'all understand when I say the way the freeways are being redesigned? They're being designed so they can handle the traffic of autonomous vehicles. Do y'all get that? And in Columbus, we're the first city in the Western Hemisphere to experiment with autonomous vehicles in our public transportation system. And guess who is rolling and controlling that whole situation? Smart Columbus. Keep telling you about, look at these little organizations, man, right here on Civic Center and Town. Civic Center and Town Street, right there across the street from the river. Right across from where Coastside is at.
So right across.
Right.
Said,
Smart Columbus, think tank organization founded by or funded by the United States Department of Transportation and the Paul G. Allen Foundation. I just broke all that down to y'all the other day. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all think all these corporate, they're all involved with it, because Smart Columbus, what they do a lot of R&D, which is research and development, is LiDAR technology. I know that for a fact. Exactly, Lance Parker. I'm telling y'all, that's what they doing. When I saw all that NAFTA superhighway, they making our highway system into a smart highway system. I'm telling y'all, the smart grid is here, man. You feel me? Autonomous vehicles. These highways aren't going to be designed for humans to be driving on them. Do you understand what I mean when I say that, man? And I keep asking that because I want to just, do you understand when I say that how the highway system is being restructured? It is not being structured with the intention of human use. Do you understand that, man? They're getting wider. The speeds are going to increase. You feel me?
There's going to be less accidents and less traffic because you're going to have that.
They're trying to cram us all into these little cities and shit. Yeah, man, I'm sitting here, I'm trying to try this song for y'all, man. You already know what it is, man. You know what I'm talking about? Well, I don't think about it, though, man. We ain't got really, unless you got to go or something, we ain't got really.
You said what?
I said, we ain't really got to shut it down like right this second, unless you got to go or something, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
He said he heard me talk about that case of beer. Now he got to go get him something to eat, huh? You feel me?
I'm over here thinking about where to move.
Nah, we're gonna go ahead and shut it down so my brother El can go get some. El, what you got to say in closing, brother, man?
Hey, man, y'all see what's going on? It's a lot. Hey, Ohio, definitely one of those hot spots out here right now with all these train derailments, chemicals, exposure, and all this. And you know, we just gotta keep a close eye on what's going on in society, especially following up in these these areas, because it could get spooky out here, y'all, real quick. And once it gets spooky, like I said, it ain't about no fear, none of that, because we gotta live life no matter what. But we just gotta keep our head on the swivel, make sure you stay blessed up, stay prayed up, keep the people around you close. Just in case anything goes down. You know what I mean? Try to get your shit going. Like I told Birds, you know, you gotta get your ammo up, all that.
Yeah, man.
I'm just saying, go learn how to go to the range. Don't be scared, none of that. Like, at least get your practice in. Get you whatever you need to get, whatever you feel comfortable with. You know, machete, whatever. But nah, real shit, I got all that. But I'm just saying, y'all just want to be out here and just try to protect you and your family the best you can.
Right.
But don't think about the shit. That's one thing I always say. Don't let that shit run the course of your mind.
Yeah, definitely still continue to live life, man. Just stay vigilant. Stay ready, man. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, man.
That's the best.
Whenever you go to Dollar Tree and get some household, go pick up some candles, man. Pick up couple bottles of alcohol, man. Pick up a couple extra packs of toilet paper, man. You start buying stuff. You never know. You just never know, man.
Perishables,
you know. Go, you know what I'm saying? Take advantage of going to the food pantries, just giving away all that free food, man, and stock up and just stock your pantry up with that shit. Go get you a deep freezer. Fill him up. You feel me? I'm listening here, man. I'm telling you, man. People might think that stuff sounds crazy right now, though, but you know, they cut these lights off, you're gonna be wishing you went to the damn pantry and stocked up on some free food. That's how they get that stuff away in huge amounts. You feel me? You could be going to the catching, like I said, going to Dollar Tree. Every time you go to Dollar Tree, man, just pick up extra little knickknacks, man. You know what I'm saying? Little toilet paper here, candles here and there, some alcohol, some peroxide, some swabs, you know what I'm saying? Toothpaste, soap, deodorant, you know what I'm saying? Just stock up on that type of shit, all type of shit like that, cleaning products, shit like that, you know. I'm telling you, man. You know what I mean? These lights go off, man. I'm telling you, a good thing that I would suggest for y'all, especially considering things like Plan 88 in the event of something like that happen, you might want to do some practice runs on the weekend with your family, and y'all don't go a whole weekend without using electricity or as little as possible. You know, might want to get used to not having no electricity. I know how to survive without electricity.
Shit, we done did it before and all
that shit actually fun to me.
I've been put through, been just primed and prepped for such an environment or society. You hear me, man? I know how to survive without electricity, man. You hear me? And that's a good skill to have. I will tell y'all that, man. It's messed up how I came about getting it, though, man. But I know that I can survive. If I can survive with very minimum to no electricity and out of a 2.4 metal box, nigga, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen here, man. Just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? If it all go down, man, you know what I'm saying? Get out your guy, man. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to make it through it. You know what I'm talking about? For real. We're going to be all right. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to be good. You hear me? My nigga Uncle Diggity, man, what you got to say in your closer, man?
Y'all motherfuckers just be careful, bro. For real, man. Y'all teetering, bro. And y'all know teetering and shit, man. Y'all by ground zero and shit, man. So
man, we ground zero for sure, man. You hear me?
Realistically, man.
Man, you know what I mean?
Realistically, if they trying to do bio fucking terrorism on y'all motherfuckers, then y'all probably need to get up out of there, bro.
I'm talking about Intel, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, literally all right now are building research development facilities, processing facilities right out here in New Albany. I mean, like right now as we speak. You hear me?
Hey, none of this shit finna be safe. So I guess this would be the point in time where the people do buck, man. Because as far as trying to squeeze people into these little sectors or whatever the hell, you know,
how they got it projected. It's kind of already set up for that, though.
Yeah, but they ain't really made nobody move. They just did this spill thing. So now they trying to casually make you move. So
what is
the ultimate goal is they want you to move. So whatever they dropped in this water and whatever effect it's gonna take, it ain't gonna be no bullshit. You know what I mean,
get them off the land.
Yeah, it'll probably be a slow death, a slow retardation, or some shit. Whatever the case may be.
But have eyes type shit.
Yeah. Ultimately though, if they want that shit and they doing this type of shit, man, motherfuckers got to get away from that shit, bro. It's a time to be proud and it's a time to be smart. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a fact.
That's not cool, man. And they gonna hijack the middle of the country. Like we see it. We know they gonna do it.
Right.
So let's try not to be a fucking statistic to that shit, man. According to where you are along that pipeline and shit.
That's where they got a lot of people concentrated at too. It's hella great for people here until you hear.
It's gonna be time for niggas to get up through, man.
That's crazy. And that's what I'm saying. And this is the illest part, y'all. And that's why I say I don't be trying to like be on no fear porn, fear mongering, making everybody all panic and stuff. Because I know some people will be when they realize the brevity and the level that this stuff really goes to and how serious this is, though, right? But listen, this is a similar situation just like this is going on all over the world. Don't make no mistake about it. It's not just happening over here. This is literally going on everywhere. I'm pretty sure it's a map of Europe that look just like that. You hear me? And China, because they're all involved. Don't get it twisted, man. You hear me? UN is everywhere. United Nations for global sustainability. Now, when y'all hear this word sustainability, because you're going to start hearing that word, if you pay attention, you hear it in the lexicon a lot, especially the talking heads in the media. Sustainability, sustainability, sustainable. Yeah. When you hear that word sustainable, you should pay attention to what they're talking about, right? You know, just when you think of the word sustainability, just think about, something that you could use to survive off of without needing the system. Huh? You feel me? So, if you could, like, per se, grow your own vegetables in your own backyard. The backyard of the house that you grew up in, that your grandmother left to your father. Your grandfather left to your father. Right? Out here in fucking
Westbrook.
out here, we're gonna bring a local.
Let's say
not even Pataskala. We're gonna bring it in the city. Out here in Bexley.
Okay.
Let's say Bexley. We're not even Bexley. Let's say the hood. Let's say the fucking Bottoms. Right? Bottoms. Over here in Franklinton in the Bottoms. You hear me? Pops left you your pops a house over there. You know what I'm saying? It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable that people can grow food in their backyard. That's not sustainable. Right? Because that means you're not dependent upon the system. And they can't track that. They can't trace that. Remember track and trace? Mm-hmm. Remember track and trace from the pandemic? I remember that. Remember how that was put in the lexicon as well? Track and trace. Yeah, man. We've been preemptively programmed for all of this stuff, man. You feel me? So think about when you hear that word sustainable, think about just automatically sustainable means things that we could use that we would not be reliant upon the system. Anything that we could do on our own, that's what they call that unsustainable. Mm-hmm. If you could grow your own food, that's unsustainable. If you could have your own energy and power sources, that's unsustainable. Anything they can't track or trace, unsustainable. You hear me? And that's why they sinking and linking everything to the smart grid. Look at what's going on, how we being desensitized. We got the Alexas in our houses. You got the smartwatches on. You got the smartphone, smart car, tablet, laptop. You hear me? Everything's connected. Think about this, y'all. Yeah. We don't even think about this in this perspective, man. How we being preemptively programmed for the metaverse. Right? We already communicating, right? How we avatars and all that stuff, residual self-image, all the stuff y'all hear me talking about. And when you think about these drugs like TRANQ being introduced, 90% of Philadelphia's drug, I'll say population, 90% of their drug supply is tainted with this XYLAZINE shit, man. This TRANQ that is literally zombifying people from the outside in. That's some crazy shit. Causing them to do crazy stuff, like how the earlier versions of them was Flocka and Crocodile, right? And bath salts. Bath salts had niggas going nuts. You hear me? That Flocka had niggas motherfucking running in the cars, head full sting. Like, what the fuck?
Bath salts.
I don't want nothing that made me even think about doing something like that.
I'm cool on all of that. All of it.
Free and a Modelo. I'm good, man. You know what I'm talking about?
But like I said earlier, nigga, drug addicts want drugs and shit, so they gonna have their class of people that's gonna fucking they're gonna want to they're gonna want to turn into zombies and shit.
Right.
So
Y'all seen them, dude. He said, man, you just quit. He's like, man, like he ain't flat out say, yeah, man, I gotta quit. I need to stop. He said, yeah, man, but
yeah.
He said, man, it's hard, man, like
addiction is a strong motherfucking thing, man. Strong demon.
I just smoking a joint. And you know, it just start making you feel real good, but you notice like a couple days later, like you got lesions growing on your skin, and you start noticing that the more you smoke, the like increasing it get, like, but you just can't stop smoking. Like that's ill.
Yeah, you got
Some Twilight Zone shit.
That's some others. That's the whole. That's some other. I already told y'all about weed, man. When I told y'all about where weed come from, y'all remember? Huh? You remember Uncle Diggity? When
You
I
said where weed come from?
weed come from?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Huh?
I don't remember it in the whole thing, but I do remember you talking about that though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy right there, man. Huh? They say it's horny, that's why we call it devilish. Man. Yeah, man. We about to get up out of here though, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a good evening. Thanks everybody for tapping in, walking with us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take that off the screen. We got my brother Uncle Diggity building. Shout out to my brother Uncle Diggity. You know, I'm talking back.
Peace and blessings, man. Salute to everybody in the chat.
We're gonna be out of tomorrow. Hold on real quick. Let me bring it up on the screen. What we talking about tomorrow, man? What we talking about tomorrow, man? Let's see, Wednesday. It's the 8th. Yeah, okay. We're gonna be talking about this tomorrow. Your reputation precedes you, man. Right? Does our past reputation determine our future presentation?
That's real right there.
Y'all ready for that conversation, man?
Definitely can.
We're gonna get straight to it tomorrow.
Well, see y'all there.
You already know, Uncle D, man. Nicole said, just give me some green. It's all that extra shit.
Right.
Flocka, crocodile, and goddamn XYLAZINE, and goddamn it, zombie TRANQ. He's out here snorting drugs, is making them. Now think about it in the movie Dread. They had that drug called slow mo. You ever seen that movie Dread? Y'all hear me talk about the movie Dread, the prequel to Judge Dredd, the movie Dread with Keith Urban in it. He played young Dredd. Y'all ever seen that movie? You ever seen that before, Uncle D? When they went into that big ass tall mega structure, it was called Peach Trees.
What movie you talking about?
Dread, the prequel, Dredd, Dread.
Not Judge Dredd. The other, the one after that one. It came after
It's the one after it, but it's before.
It's the story before. Yeah, I don't think I saw that one, bro.
Mr. O, we done talked his ass up in the show about the end, like always. He come through. You missed the whole show, Joe, but you can always go watch the rewind, man. Yeah, y'all go peep out that movie Dread, Dredd. Got your boy Keith Urban, man. He playing hella shit, man. Y'all know Keith Urban. He playing hella shit, man. He was playing young Dredd. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn it, your boy who played Avon Barksdale Wood Harris, he playing that movie. You feel me? Who else playing that movie? Goddamn it, I can't remember the girl's name, but she playing hella movies too. She playing that shit too. It's a good ass movie, man. Y'all go check that shit out, man. You know what I'm talking about? They got the mega cities and the mega structures, man. You know what I'm saying? Buildings with people with 75,000 people living in one building. You hear me? The mega structures. You feel me? Like cities, whole cities living in one entire huge structure.
That's way too many people in one spot.
You know what I mean? Y'all go watch that movie, Dread, man. That movie fire, man. For real, man. We about to get up out of here, y'all, man. Y'all enjoy y'all evening, man. Tap in, walk with us. You know what I'm talking about? Me and my brother King Els. We'll be back at y'all Friday. You already know how it is. We do it Friday night wrap up. He already sent me a plethora of stories, so we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about Friday. We're going to get straight to it. Appreciate y'all coming out. Me and my brother King Els in the building. We're going to leave y'all with this classic joint. You know, so I even got a couple emails, you know, some of my people saying, man, when you and LD y'all show together, y'all need to close out with that song all the time. You know what I'm talking about?
Which one was
you know
that?
what I'm saying? We about to play this goddamn with Summer Street, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to play
that's that joint right
you know what I'm saying?
there,
Y'all
yeah.
enjoy y'all eating. Mr. O, man, you came at the end of the show, but you can always watch the replay, Joe. You did. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all enjoy y'all eating tomorrow night. Come tap in with us, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the screen. I don't see why I wouldn't. You feel me? Let me go ahead and put this up on the screen. You did, and y'all can tap in tomorrow. You feel me? You know I'm gonna be posting up crazy like I ain't know tomorrow. But y'all go ahead and see that right now. We going in. I think there's a conversation for the men to have for real. Ladies, y'all more than welcome to tap in too. But you know, I think there's something we need to discuss right here, man. Because you know what I'm saying. We gotta understand that times we're moving into, you know I'm talking about, times we about to be experiencing, man. You know what I mean? The ego must die, man. You hear me? And your reputation precedes, that's why I said, does your reputation determine your future presentation, man? You know what I'm saying? You know, tap in, walk with us, man. Challenge your thoughts, man. You hear me?
It's gonna be a good one right there.
Tap in with us, man. Enjoy y'all rest of y'all evening, man. We gone.
Don't know what love is. Oh, gee, you've done the meaning of the blues. We did it all for the life, that's right. Things go crazy night. No lie, the game was never faithful tonight. No lie, I can't fool like you blazing on ice. No lie, we did it all for the life, that's right. They was going crazy night. No lie, the game was never faithful tonight. No lie, I can't fool like you blazing on ice. Used to wait, relocated. Peace to my maker. They only good on paper. They disappear, call them vapor. But do the boil maker. I never wait to shake a time to lace her. Turn the baser. I'm in that. Picture white or black. My 757 shit. Jet sound be a pack. Backpack of rats. Stash in the packs in the back. Knee high, double that. Still like trust on that. On that strong Mr. T-Pack. Bring the lead back. Raked up, so I lead that. We don't need that. Let it sing in the mic. That's the greatest feedback. Listen, you go, I do it not. Eventually you walk blind. With a man with one eye, king. Eventually in due time. They don't get lines. We rolled on red lines. We ducked that bedtime. You took this bedtime. New line. Send them my 4K. Menace to America. Minister of Latter-day. 2 bodies on my got today. Practically. They should have been practicing, they wasn't no AI. Say how does the song? Official like the dawn, rise like the song. King, now I'm gone. Hey how does the song? Official like the dawn, king, rise like the song. We did it all for the light, that's right. It was crazy night, no lie. The game was never faithful tonight, no lie. King fool like he blazing on ice, no lie. We did it all for the light, that's right. It was crazy night, no lie. The game was never faithful tonight, no lie. King fool like he blazing on ice.
We used to get fresh out with daddies. Had the crib on 4th and 13th, serving up the baggies. Stay pressed, bring the costumes on some full spot shit. Had 4x4s inside the door just in case the SWAT force hit. But that was the old days. We used to roll up that gold haze. Hero in the kitchen, cooking up the zones in 4 days. We used to go lock in the booth and go in the zone for 4 days. To work ethic, it was kind of psychotic, but just a tad bit brains now. Trust me when I tell you, man, y'all niggas don't really want it. Smoking on that fake ass pressure, y'all niggas ain't really blunted. I'm stacked with the facts, only know the state those mangoes. Avoid catching new cases and them state clothes. All you gossiping ass bitches and all you fake hoes, man, especially all you niggas that be fake woke. Y'all always try to challenge and come at the kid. Y'all gotta read more books, go do a couple bids, go live a real street life, back up a couple bricks. Be facing wild ass time and never think to snitch. E&D, we the nicest niggas out, cocaine balls. Whenever we ain't spitting this a drought, we came to wake up the masses, rose and flu classes. Big business deals, the safest where the stash is. Fuck how you feel, Quest said that on our last shit. New music coming, it's sure to be a classic.
Crazy night. Faithful tonight. King fool, blazing on ice. All for the light. That's right. They was
raising the height. The game is coming, wait for the night. I can't wait, like blazing on ice. Oh shit.